We'll be getting started in a couple minutes, guys. I'm just waiting for everybody to get on. Mava, I see your mic moving. I don't know if it's my internet, but I can't hear you. Can anybody else hear Mava?
I'm here
No.
to
Okay, you're breaking up, Queen Mava. Queen Mava, you're on the breakup.
My internet might be unstable.
Yeah, it's unstable.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go on my phone instead. I'm gonna
Okay.
drop. Yeah, I'm gonna go on.
I told
Yeah.
you, buy your school bag, bring the bag.
So guys, welcome to tonight's call. Who do we have on here that would like to open us up in prayer? So let me know. I can do it, but if anybody else would like to do it, you can open up your mic and please feel free to open us up in prayer. And please, if you don't see your teammate on, please invite them on. Or we'll just have our chaplain, Queen Mava, open us up in prayer when she comes on. But I don't know if her internet is stable or not. So let's see what happens. Queen Marva, can you talk? Let's see if you're stable so that I can actually just let you open us in prayer.
Sure.
Oh,
How
go
is
ahead. Go ahead. Nice and clear.
Okay. So you want to do prayer now?
Yes, please. Uh-huh.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Let's put yourself in a position of prayer. Thank you, Lord. Lord, we thank you, oh God, for all the hearts here tonight, oh God. Lord, we thank you, oh God, that you have allowed us to enter into your gates, oh Father. And so we have another thanksgiving to give unto you, Lord. Lord, you know our mission here tonight, oh God, is towards sales and to motivate others, oh God. So I ask, oh God, that you intervene, oh Father, put joy in our hearts, oh God, and hope, oh God, in being clear about what we need and what we come to you for. So, Lord, as we wait for those who are on their way, oh Father, I ask you to quicken their steps, oh Lord, and I pray that, oh God, as Dr. Ruthan and then King Clive and others will speak tonight, that people will understand, it will be clear, it will be knowledgeable, something they can take away with this, and that be great results. So, Lord, in your name, we give you praise and honor. All the glory belong to you. In your name, Jesus, amen.
Amen and amen. Thank you so much. So what I'm going to start with is a video. I know oftentimes, I'm sure some of the first things that we hear when doing sales is that, and I sometimes even hate the word sales, but you know what I've learned in the years that I've been doing what I do, which is serve others, because I don't even like to say it's sales. I'm serving you to a better health, a better wealth. That's what I'm doing. I'm assisting you and serving you by showing you another way, showing you some products that are absolutely incredible. I'm showing you a way that you can benefit and create a sustainable income for yourself and for your family. This is what I'm doing. I'm assisting you with that. So I'm going to show you just some short videos, and I'm praying that we have a few guests that are going to be coming on tonight. Including King Clive. He'll be on at 6:30. There was a mix up in the time, my bad, but I just wanted to share a few things with you about sales. And, there's certain things that we have to be mindful of when we're doing sales. So the first thing I want to show us is words that sell. And the reason why I want to show words that sell is because I think sometimes we're punching our face, like we are literally punching our face because we don't know what to really say, and sometimes we start the sale, and then in starting the sale we then retract the sale. Like, I don't know if you've ever heard people say that, oh, you oversold the person to the point where you sold them, and then guess what, then you took back the sale. Like, what? Yeah, you took back the sale. You started to get them in. They were like all gung-ho. And then in turn, you turned around and then took the whole sale, swept it right back from underneath them, and then made them to say, I don't know if I really want it anymore. So I just wanted to share different videos that I know I have watched, that I have worked on myself, in just learning techniques, learning from the great, the people that have made millions and millions of dollars. And, one of the things Grant Cardone has taught me from years ago when I started learning with him and training with him was that if we did not have salespeople, guys, the world would not go around. I know you're sitting there going, yeah, right. Listen to me. Think about it. So, excuse me, I'm just drinking Balaj, and like now my sinuses are draining. Oh my God, sorry. But think about it. Every single thing you do, you are sold. There's an exchange of money, whether it's sold on your healthcare, sold at the food store. Here in the Bahamas, we have a place called Kelly's. You go into Kelly's, they are selling you left, right, and center. And guess what? You buy in. But the moment someone throw one Balaj in your lap, you don't want to buy it. Why? Maybe we're not presenting it the right way. Maybe we are not putting it out there the way it should be. You have to find your niche. Next week, we're going to do this same call. And I guess next week it'll be at 6:30. But we're going to do this same call next week. And I'm going to have a young lady on who is not a young lady. When I say young, she's not 20. She's not 30. She's a mature woman who created what I like to call an aqua ocean within the blue ocean. She found her niche within Sankey and created another ocean within it. And she's not 30, she's not 40. She's in retirement. And so that speaks volumes to me, because it says there's no excuses. Because, you know, oh, well, she young. She got time for that. Oh, well, no, she could do it. I can't do that. No, if she could do it, anybody could do it. And I'm not knocking her as an individual. I'm just saying if she can do it, anyone can. So let's listen into this quickly. This is, I think, about 7 minutes or 9 minutes, 10 minutes. This is a 10-minute video. This is going to speak to words that sell. Like I said in the beginning, oftentimes we sell the person, then we oversell them. We don't stop and get the money, because that was one of the things that was one of my challenges back in the day. One of my biggest challenges was selling to people and then asking them for the money. And I don't know if anybody on here, and I can't see the screen. So hold on, let me see something if I exit it. If anybody on here can put their hands up and let me know, has that ever happened to you? Has it ever happened to you where you feel like you don't know how to ask the person for money? By a show of hands, we got 19 people on here, discount myself, 18. Yeah, Dina, you know that feeling of you just don't know how to ask the person for the money. So either you end up giving it to them for free, giving them a sample, and then trying to figure out, well, how I gonna ask them for the money now? Well, you know, I don't know, man, it's too expensive. Okay, so tonight we can talk about that. We're gonna talk about that, and I want to share this, the words to use, first of all, for selling. What do you use, and from what not to use? Okay, so let's play this video. Hold on 1 second. I don't think I have this set up right. Hold on 1 second. Let me stop the share and start again. I gotta optimize it. Give me a second. Okay, let me share it again. Okay, here we go.
Is 5 steps to thriving in sales.
Well, first of all, I try to teach people that come to my training that in a way, if you're in sales, you're in the word business. And every word that you say that enters the person's ear creates emotions and feeling. And there's a basic truth that people don't buy anything logically, they buy it emotionally, then they defend it logically. So it's so important that you don't say words that create an enemy called fear. And so the vocabulary is so important. There's positive vocabulary, which I call glamour words. Now, a glamour word is commonly known but uncommonly used words that make you sound different than your competition. And that's one thing about words. You want to speak differently than the last or the next salesperson that they talk to. So the glamour words would be words like dynamic, exciting. It's so wonderful to see how our company is expanding because of the wonderful things we're doing for salespeople. So those are positive words. A word like unique. The service our company gives in selling is very unique and makes us different. And I think that's one of the reasons why we are growing so beautifully, because we've tried to be special with the way we handle our clients. So those are the positives. Now, on the other side of the coin, you have negative words. And let me preface this, Will, by saying many people in our country don't like the thought of being sold. They want to own. We have the greatest consumer nation in the world, but yet there's a feeling, I don't want you to sell me. If I want it, I'll take it. So in speaking words, there are 10 words that you should never say to a consumer, a client, a future buyer. And the reason is these words could almost be categorized, Will, as what I call rejection sales jargon. And what that means, they're words that are used in selling, and when people hear them, up comes the fear that you're trying to sell me. And we can give the folks these 10 words. Hopefully, they'll eliminate them from their vocabulary. How's that sound? Well, the first word you don't want to use is the word price, because when you tell a person the price of the vehicle, the price of the insurance, the price of the home, subconsciously their mind goes, maybe I should shop around and see if I can get a lower price. So we never say price. We tell them the total investment. And so by the total investment, which is positive, we aren't creating the fear of having them shop for a lower price. So that's number one. Number two is down payment. When you are selling a product where they give you a deposit or a down payment, when you use the words down payment, immediately their minds go, I now have to write a check. I don't know if I want to do that. I'm not ready right now. So we always say the initial investment rather than the down payment. And then, of course, there's a word that many people use and they don't realize you're scaring the people to death, and that's the word contract. Now, there are people right now still that have some type of paperwork they fill out, although our selling world has changed to where a lot of it's done electronically on the computer and so forth. But if you do have a paper that you fill out, don't call it a contract, because immediately they go, oh, if we get my signature on that, then I'm bound, and I don't know if I want to do that. So we always call it either the paperwork or the agreement. See, people love to agree, so let's just go over the agreement, or let's just jot our thoughts down on the paperwork, or you can even just call it a form. Agreement, paperwork, or form, they don't put up their defenses as much as when they hear, here's the contract. Most people in sales have not really been trained, and their company maybe never let them be aware of the 10 fear-producing rejection words. And so that's why their company hires them and says, here's our contract. And so right away they look at the contract and they say, that's what I'll call it. I just found that when I asked them to approve the paperwork, to draft up our feelings on the agreement and see if it makes even sense to go ahead, I found that I could move closer to the final closing of the sale because I didn't create the fear of letting them know I'm going to put some words down on this printed form and ask you to sign it, which is another word we don't ask them to do. We don't say the word sign. Mom and Dad taught us, hey, be careful. Don't you buy anything unless you really talk to me about it. So don't sign anything, especially a contract. So we don't ask them to sign. We ask them to endorse it, authorize it, to approve it. If you'll just approve my paperwork, we'll set up the delivery date for next week and look forward to serving you and your family for many, many years. See, many of the husbands and wives, for you that do business with them, they talk before they meet you and they say, we're not going to buy anything. Now, we'll get all the facts and figures, but we're not going to buy. And so that's another reason why, and that's another one of the 10 words. We don't say the word buy. We never say when you buy our product, when you buy the vehicle, when you buy the home. We always use the word own. People love to own. They're just nervous about buying. So we replace buy with the word own. And it's amazing. See, the reason I think I was the top real estate agent in all of California for 5 years is because I closed so many sales because I didn't use these 10 words. And again, when I do seminars, the people go, wow, we're going back to our company and we're going to have everyone commit to not saying these 10 rejection fear-producing words when they're going to try to make a sale. And I guess the proof's in the pudding. You know, there's a lot of people that do seminars that didn't have a lot of sales, but I had 1,553 homes, and every one of them, most of them, I had to start from the beginning of them not ready to go ahead to ending up getting the check 2.5, 3 hours later. So I think that's one reason why so many people have said, hey, I'm going to take Tom's training. And of course, you and I have this brief little time together, but the 10 words are really important to eliminate. The word sell or the word sold. Those are fear producers. You know, John, we sold your friend. Well, all the buyer heard was you sold or manipulated, you used high pressure, and we're not going to get sold. Or when you say to someone, when I sell you, right away they go, well, you're not selling us. My wife and I said we're not going to buy today. So we never say sell or sold. We say get them involved or help them acquire. We've had so many people get involved in this vehicle that love the performance, the economy, the gas mileage, And I think you're going to feel the same way. And that's why I'd love to help you acquire it and see how happy we can make you. What you're really doing with the right words is mentally having them have the feelings of ownership, the enjoyment, the benefits, the features of whatever your product or service is. And these words are really doing that. It's kind of like when we've gotten so many families involved in this neighborhood. Well, see, that's kind of letting them know we didn't sell them. We got them involved in owning these beautiful properties. Or we've had so many happy people that we've helped acquire this vehicle. And that's one reason why our dealership is marketing more cars than almost anyone. See, that type of feeling is throwing them into future benefit, future ownership. And that's one of the reasons why I keep saying, try to eliminate these words. And another word you don't want to let them hear you say is the word objections. Because here again, subconsciously, when I say to you, I've heard that objection before, right away, the human mind has envelopes and it opens up what we call the objection envelope. And they may come up with an objection they hadn't thought about. But you said objection, so now the envelope opens. So we always say areas of concern. We've helped so many folks overcome that area of concern. And most of my happiest clients are thrilled that we did. And there's again another word. Another word people should never use is the word deal. And many people say this is a good deal. And there are people who were told something in the past was a good deal, and they did own it, and they were upset that they did. They never liked it. So we never call it a deal. It's an opportunity or a transaction. Gosh, we've helped a lot of people with this opportunity to own this wonderful whatever. And so instead of the deal, we say opportunity or transaction. And also don't use the word problem. Because if I say to someone, you know, I've talked to folks about that problem, right away the envelope in the mind of problems opens up. And they come up with a problem we hadn't thought of. So drop problem and use the word challenge. We've helped so many people overcome that challenge. And of course, because they own this wonderful and they're happy we got them involved and they feel that the investment, it was good. And this is how we've built the reputation in our company for selling more homes or whatever it is than any other company in the area.
Hey guys, I hope that helped you with some ideas. I know I have another gentleman I wanted us to listen to, which was Grant Cardone, which I absolutely love, but that's a 15-minute video. So before I do that, you know, this idea, this thought pattern came from King Clive. You know, I love King Clive. He's my brother from another mister all the way across the water in JA. And, you know, I'm the person that once person's whisper in my ear, when his assistant came and knocked on my door, I jumped on it and just made it happen. So King Clive, are you out there?
Yes, most definitely, Queen Dr. Ruth Ann. How are you doing?
I'm absolutely amazing. How are you tonight?
I am very good. I was about to send a reminder to the room of those guys that we are on so they can come on early. So if you give me a few, let me do that. Then I would
Okay,
greatly
go ahead.
appreciate it. Yeah, I was going to send a reminder to the chat room that we are on.
Okay, well, I'll just start a video with Grant Cardone and then you can budge in whenever you're ready to just let me know to stop it.
Oh, thank you. Sounds like a plan. Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay, no problem. Okay, guys, let me find the video. It was playing. Now I can't find it. But I want to know, you know, like I always tell y'all guys, I want everything to be interactive. I don't want a black screens. I see everybody's black screens and, you know, nobody interacts. Did that make sense? Did anything that was said a few minutes ago, did it make sense? First off, that's first question. Any hands up? Let me just, you know what? I'm going to mute lines. And then if I have to mute people out, I will. Allow. Okay, y'all can unmute yourself. So if you have any thoughts, any questions, Valerie, you unmuted? No? Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Go
Good
ahead.
evening.
Go ahead.
Yes,
Go ahead.
it made a whole lot of sense, you know, and those words that he mentioned that we should not use, we use them so easily. They come so easy to the tip of the tongue, you know, and
Yes.
not knowing that, you know, these words can discourage someone. But
Yes.
It makes a lot of sense. And the replacements of them, you know, are really, I can see where it can make a difference, you know, because it's sort of play on your mind. Okay, you know, and I like it. I totally
Awesome.
agree with it. Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Awesome.
Mhm.
Joan?
Hi, good night to all. I agree with the gentleman and I like what he says. I am interested. But doctor, could you put that video in the chat so now and then we
Yes,
could
I
play
will.
it over? Thank
Yes,
you so
definitely. I
much.
will do that. That's not a problem, my love. That is not a problem. Any other thoughts? Marva, I see your hand up.
I just got on. I missed a lot.
Oh, sorry, Eula. No problem. No problem. Sorry. But I will send the video so that everybody can get that on there. Michaela?
Michaela, I thought it's very interesting, and I'm in
Go
agreement
ahead.
with the word of choice of what not to use, especially even if you don't remember what to use, make sure remember what not to use.
Yeah, exactly. And just hearing the words, because like if you even think about that word, oh, I can sell you in the word deal. Think about the word deal. Oh, it's such a deal. We use that so flippantly, not thinking that that might trigger something that in the past that might have not worked for them before. So it might not just be a deal, you know? And sell and buy and just making sure that we're being so conscious of the words we use. So next is Marva, then Donnelly, then Roshane. So Marva, you're next.
Yes, it's amazing in 10 minutes how we can transform, because it's this everyday words that we use, but not understanding the power that's packed behind it. And so we tend to use these words, not realizing that we should have different words for different occasions. And
Yes.
for presenting an opportunity for someone, we don't want to say we want to sell you something. Man, you should buy some of this. No, and it's
Exactly.
so obvious now. It wasn't obvious before, but I remember Tim Trayan always saying, an opportunity. He always says that word, and I'm saying, guess who watched that video?
Exactly.
So
Exactly. Donnelly?
it's actually a good thing.
Awesome. Donnelly, next.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Can I?
I like the word that Queen Marva used when she said opportunity. How many times are we standing in the bank line, or we see persons that we haven't seen for a long time? And how do we strike up a conversation? If somebody say, "Hey, I haven't seen you in a long time. How you doing?" We say, "Girl, look here. I had some situations, but boy, look here, God sent something to fix that situation for me." And they'd be like, "What you talking about?" And each one of us on this line, being distributors, we should have some sort of testimony. Some testimony where we can say, when the person say, "Well, what are you?" The person can say, "Okay, what are you talking about? Your life is better." Okay, my life is better because I used to have high blood pressure. Or you could even though say, "I used to have this pain in my
And the thing is,
leg."
Donnelly, before you even go on, I want to add to what you're saying, just in that same comment, is that sometimes it's not even your testimony. Everybody on here has been on enough calls to hear somebody else's story. I'm a part of this opportunity, and oh my God, and it's the excitement, Donnelly. Donnelly, you and I always have this banter. When you and I are talking on the phone, you swear thing, me and Donnelly are like school kids because we get so excited about topics. Like even when we're making the commercials, Donnelly, example. We start talking and guys, the brainstorming that happens from just talking about what we love. So when you're like what she's saying, when you're having these conversations with people, sometimes it might not be your testimony. Say you just started yesterday in the company yet, or maybe last week, and you heard one of the calls, or you got some of the videos from people. Man, look here. If you hear these products these people are using, it's blowing my mind. I am so excited to be a part of this opportunity.
And guess what? I would like to add to what you said just now, Dr. Roseanne. look here, all you have to say, I'm a part of an opportunity. Now, if there's a white person on this line, you could raise your hand. But I'm talking right now to the people of color.
I half white.
I'm done. Anyway, so we had a health fair, and this weekend, my company and I have a company. It's a company that deals with wound care because I'm a wound care specialist, right? And I hooked up with a pharmacy here, me and another distributor, right? And we also reached out to our diabetic association. We asked, could you be a part of our health fair? And they said, okay. So the three of us, we have persons, we have family members. So we sent out the invites. We even sent out invites to the Bahamian team. All right, some of the Bahamian team and all came out. Because I always, I'm not doing my call on Monday nights tonight, but I do apologize. But my thing is, we always say know your numbers. Know your numbers. That's something we always talk about doing. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Always talk about knowing your numbers. So, guys, we had this weekend 80 persons show up. 80, just to know their numbers, because guess what? We have something called what's this new variant? Omicron, whatever. Variant out. That's out now. And they're trying to stop it from coming over to the Caribbean. So they're banning flights, but they're trying to do the best that they can. Now, are we gonna be in a season? Because last season with the Delta variant, can I talk real talk, Dr. Ruthann?
Take it away.
Okay, with the Delta variant, because I'm gonna touch some people on this line right now. With the Delta variant, we had family members, our own family members, our own church members, our own co-workers, people that we know and love were caught with their pants down and their hands out. What I mean by that, no shields were up. No shields were up. We didn't strike a conversation with them to let them know that, hey, guess what? I want to tell you, but let me send you a video. We had a video circulating, with Dr. Franco talking about what Balaj does. We now have a video circling with Dr. Joy Pierre talking about what Balaj does. How much of our family members did we send this video to? How much? And I feel guilty because there were some people I could have sent it to, and they're no longer here. See, Sankey is more than selling a product and making money. The money will come as long as we learn to be our brother's keeper.
Yep.
And a lot of persons went down because they did not know that they had hypertension and diabetes, which is common in people of color. We had the health fair, and I tell you, we had 80 persons that we tested. And do you know how much of those persons that we tested, their cholesterol, their pressure, and their sugar, some of them both, some of them 3, some of them 1, were elevated? 80% of those persons. 80%. So what is 80% of 80, Dr. Ruthann? Do that math for me. We had 64 persons who either had high blood pressure, elevated sugar levels, or elevated cholesterol who came to that fair. and they didn't know. Some of them, I had two persons, they were told about Sankey. They say, oh, we was told about Sankey, but I didn't take it seriously. It was because when we approach people, we are not approaching them in the right way. So I'm bringing it home now. A little goes a long way. So my thing about it is we need to now. Sometimes, guess what? When I was first taking the products, you know something I didn't notice, because I always used to have a pain in the back of my ankle, in the Achilles, right? Tendon. And one day I say, hold on, I don't have that pain no more. Trust me, everybody on this line who's on this product, should have a testimony. Even if you just got on the products last night and you took that Renew Fire, you had a better sleep. I can attest for that. You had a better sleep. And guess what? Lack of sleep also causes disease to form in the body. Lack of sleep. And guess what? Everybody, I don't know how many of you expected Christmas to come along so far. I mean, this fast. Because a lot of us were spending this year either trying to stay alive or keep food on the table or a roof over your head because of what is going on with COVID. And here it is, the Almighty God has placed something in our hands that is gold. I'm going to give you guys a testimony right now.
Dolly, this isn't testimony time. This is sales time. So I got to stop you right there. Stop you right there.
Lord.
Yeah, I can put a pin right in it right there.
Yeah,
pin
but
right.
okay. Well, guess what?
Go ahead.
If
you could give me the testimony in less
tell
than a
your
minute,
story, your
tell
story
your story.
sells. As I said before, somebody say, hey, I said in a little while, hey, look here. I'm right here doing
That's your opening.
great.
That's your opening. Use it. Use the opening.
I'm right here doing great. And they're going to say, what are you talking about? Say, man, look here, I had some issues going on. And guess what? The Lord sent me Sankey girl. And Sankey did it all. And from
Your
then,
sales
they're
guy,
going to wonder, what are you talking about? Try it. It works. It works.
So here is one of the greatest salespersons in the world, Grant Cardone, who is a multi-billionaire in the real estate arena. But I want to share with you, and Clive, do you want to come on first before I share this video? Because this video is like 11 minutes, I believe, or 14 minutes.
Okay, I could basically start saying something, and
okay, go ahead.
We could reiterate that after this. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are thinking that we have a very dynamic product. We need to ensure that we explain to people how unique these products are, and that our company is expanding, and how we can invite them to be a part of this great experience. So the special that we have going on, we need to ensure that other persons are aware of it so that they can also make use of it. So here it is, we're approaching another holiday season. We are in it, and we are getting closer to Christmas. We are approaching another year, 2022. What can we do? What can we say? What conversations can we start? Instead of keep talking about the pandemic, and which was a word of last year, and talking about the virus, and talking about the different strains, the new strains of this and strains of that, why don't we shift the conversation to one of health, to say our immune system? We're not conversing and arguing with people about taking a job or not. That's not our job. What we're here to do is say, hey, ensure that you have the best immune system possible. And as far as we know, Sankey Global System provides for us that sort of fortress that we need for our immune system, and invite them to do that. And we can do that for friends and families in our own country. we can do that with friends and families in our in the diaspora, so that they can get that level of confidence that we have, that comes what may, our immune system is on top. And in the meantime, help them to deal with the chronic degenerative diseases, the underlying conditions that make them very vulnerable to the COVIDs, etc. So my role here is to ask us, how can we start this conversation? How can we say the gift of health? In all your giving, don't give the usual stuff. What about give the gift of health? What about recommending to them to give a Belage and a Quanuifier? For those who are more enterprising, the entire fantastic four products, and see how we can help our friends and families to enjoy a better quality of life and still be here after this pandemic passes. Too many of our friends and families are succumbing to this, and they are not surviving this period. That is one of the most difficult period in our family, in our community, and in our country. So I'm just seeking to invite a conversation to see how you can open your microphone, to see your willingness to be a part of this drive, this trust, because we ourselves need to keep our figures, our Sankey figures up. We need to keep them going. And so we need to allow for this conversation here to keep the momentum going, that we don't lose focus, so that we don't pay so much attention to the pandemic that we become victims itself, or our friends become victims of this pandemic. So I'm inviting the conversation so that you can be a part of the solution, so that we are not going to panic like other people panic, but we are going to be inviting people to take the best for their health and see how their situations improve. So I just want to find out what persons are thinking in terms of how we could realistically do this, because sickness don't take vacation. Sickness doesn't know holidays, and COVID, with things said done, as far as we understand, it just a come. So what can we do that we don't panic like everybody else, so that we can be shored up in our own health, and in so doing, help other persons to be also become strong, become confident with these dynamic products that we have. How could we facilitate that, please?
Well, I definitely think one of the things that persons can do as gifts is break up boxes, break up the Belage, break up the canoe, maybe giving three sticks of Belage, 3 sticks of canoe in a mug, going to the dollar store and getting, dollar mugs or $2 mugs or $3 mugs, and creating little gift items for people in your workplace, or even a shaker or something, and putting a in it, and putting a bow on it. That's the gift of life. And even putting a card in there about the gift of life, and about the power of the balance of the body, balancing the body, just educating persons on a different level, taking us to a different level. I think that can help. And just even I was thinking when Nurse Donnelly was speaking, I was thinking about doing family health parties. A lot of persons still aren't gathering, but they will gather on Zoom. So, get your family together and say, you know what? I want everybody to live. This season is the season of life. I want y'all to hear about some dynamic, amazing, fantastic, phenomenal formulas. I want y'all to get on a health party with me. And let some persons like King Clive, myself, Nurse Adderley, Dr. Denise, Dr. Joy, come on and assist you in closing the persons. This is what we do. We are here to serve y'all, and it's not really about teams. And if y'all think it's about teams, and then y'all have it all backwards. It ain't about that. It's about us seeing everybody succeed in the best way possible. Natasha, your line's open.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you don't want to say anything? Oh, okay. So anybody have any thoughts, questions, like King Clive said? And if not, then I want to play the video about, before Grant Cardone, I will play the one that talks about when someone says your prices are too high, because I know that's something that everybody always hears. And so I want to share that. Go ahead, Rashane.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
I just want to endorse what has been said. Um, Even with the video that was played earlier, I think the number one thing that I garnered from it is to shift the focus from our own self-benefit to the benefit of others. So even how we use certain words like opportunity, staying away from certain words is critical to shift that focus from ourselves to others, because as we have always said and emphasized, this thing is about service. It's about wellness. It's about helping others. And so I think that is what we really need to be mindful of and gear ourselves toward. That is my 2 cents.
Yes, thank you so much. Mava, then Adriana, then Ageless. Mava?
Yes, I would like to take this opportunity to publicly endorse this idea. King Clive and I were speaking this morning about it, and the more we speak about it, the more I can see where this can really work. King Clive and I talk about taking 3 sticks and I said 4, but he said 3, and mix them. So the idea of putting it in the mug, you see how it is when we get together, how things can just blossom? Put it in the mug. They have these the see-through paper. What's it called?
Plastic cellophane, the cellophane
Cellophane.
plastic, yeah.
Cellophane. Tied up with the bow, tie that with curly ribbons and such. And if you're working in an
Gift
office,
of health.
you can give it to your neighbors. You just knock on doors and give it to them. But the one thing I do suggest is that we mention something about the company, because the products are going to sell themselves. So we need to say something about the company when, drop our phone number and so forth. People are going to be so happy that they receive something from their neighbors and such. And then we can give this an opportunity to talk about the company, because we should.
Yes, definitely. Adriana?
Hi, everyone. Good evening. One thing I want to say is that keep it basic, keep it simple, get straight to the point, no long conversation. If the question hasn't been asked, don't answer the question unless it's been asked. Always have your products with you. I don't know. I know with me being a therapist, I always have them with me, and I give them away. I give my products away, and main reason why that is because I know when they use it, I know I'm gonna get a result. I just had my grandson. Sorry, I had just had my son grandmother told me today, and she told me that last week. Said I stopped the products because of this and that and that and that and that. And then when she saw me today, she's like, "Oh, Adriana, but it used to make me like this." I said to her, I said, of course, these things are going to react because you've been having these mucus for years. I say, Mom, how long you haven't get a deep talk and stuff? And that's how the conversation came up, because she was like, she didn't know this, she didn't know that. I said, did you do it like this, like how I asked, this, da, da? And she's like, no, I didn't. I said, okay. I said, but the lady says she's getting good. I said, yeah, Mom, but you got to do exactly how we asked you to do it, and then you will see results. She's like, okay, then I'm going to start taking my products again. So my whole thing is like, if the question, if you're giving people information and they feel scared about asking you the question, you just, they're going to ask. You just don't pull it out of them, just make some suggestions, but keep it simple. I'm a type of person, I like to conversate a lot, but then I learning how to minimize it and get straight to the point.
Yes, certain things just don't have to be. So you allow them to ask you versus that's when you sometimes oversell, because you're giving them too much information. So then it's like they're over.
Honestly,
like,
some people
okay,
that's
just too much info.
Yeah, like honestly, like a lot of people that I know of, they don't care where it's coming from. They just give me my stuff. That's how they is. And they get into that level. Why? Because they see the change in me. So A lot of people is like, wow, what you doing? Like I had a guy yesterday, he's like, how old are you? I said, I'm 50. And I got 2 grandkids. He said, well, I want what you got. I said, okay, give me your number. Here's the link. That was it.
Adriana, I love what you're
That was
saying.
it.
Like, for instance, you know, we as women on this line, and men, you all could clog up your ass. You know, we're amongst female friends say, oh, Lord, how you doing? Man, I get some bad cramps. You get some bad cramps. I don't have that no more. What you do?
Simple conversation.
And you have your products on you and you just pull out in the 7 and the Bellage. I do this. They can say, how much is that? That's it.
That's it. Simple.
Sold.
Honestly, I'm not where some of the you know, some of my partners in Sankey expect me to be, but I am successful and helping them get healed. That's where because I use it as ministry. You know, they see me change, they're gonna ask eventually. But I keep it very simple. What got turned off of majority of my clients was that I was giving them too much information because I was told to give them the information. But then I remember, hey, timeshare is keep it simple. And so I'm using it how I used to sell timeshare. Like, hey, if the question ain't asked, don't answer the question. Just answer the question that is needed. Boom.
Thank you so much, Miss Adriana. Thank you so much, Miss Adriana. Ageless Skin and Body Solutions.
Hello, good evening. Awesome conversation, ladies. This is nice. My biggest takeaway so far is the 10. I love the 10 words that we should not use in sales. And this helps me. I always remember what Jim Rohn says, and he says, help people get what they want, and you will get what you want. So
ultimately, all the time,
we need to exactly. So learning to listen is a big thing in our industry. People are busy talking and throwing up on people. So sometimes asking questions is the best way. So learn to ask more questions than give information. And one other thing that I want to add to that is just a simple question. When someone tells you that they have a problem, you know, you listen, and then you might just want to say, you know, I might have something that can help you with that. Are you interested to learn more? And I find that works a lot, and it helps people too, because they're involved in the process rather than you forcing them. Just simply saying, I might have something that can help you with that. Are you interested in learning more? So thank you. Great call. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think it was Desmond next. Brackett. I don't know if your hand's up because I know sometimes your computer acts up. Desmond, are you out there? If not, then it's Linton.
Hi, good evening. Interesting conversation. I got on late for the 10 words that we shouldn't use, but for those that I got, this is my takeaway. It's going to require a change in mindset. So it's not just uttering the words or not uttering the words, but just while the video was playing and I repeating the words in my head, opportunity versus a deal. I started feeling a change in my own energy. And so it starts within us. If we're going to change the words, if we're going to take a different approach, it's going to have to start on the inside. And just to add to that, I had an experience over the last, 2 experiences over the last 24 hours where there were persons who had invited to the call that, and I'm going to use a word that we probably neglect a lot, or probably you all don't do it, but I will confess, I do it. Follow up. I got 2 sales today that I failed to follow up on 4 weeks ago. And I didn't ask them to buy. I didn't say I'm ready to sell you anything. I just asked, are you, in one case I asked, are you ready to improve your situation regarding your health? That's what's with a lady. And she said, yes, I'm waiting on you for 4 weeks now. Which one of the products should I order? And I said, all of them. By the way, there's a special on, so you can get all of them. And she said, I'm ready right now. That was it. And another gentleman.
Can I ask you,
who-
Linton,
Yes.
before you go on, can I ask you, how did that make you feel? Like in two instances, what was the two feelings that went through you
Okay,
when
so
following
one,
up with this individual? What was
so
those? Because I
one,
know there's going to be two feelings that happened. So what are those two
so
feelings?
one hand was slapping the left side of my head, and the other one was rubbing the other side, saying, "Hey, see, you can do that some more."
Exactly.
And one hand was saying, "Hey, you see if you had done that, then you could have done 20 more of that already." Yeah.
But
So
I
just
want
remind-
to pause. I want to pause you before you continue. I want to pause you right there because I know this is a learning session. So see the close, the art of the follow-up is like 99% of the close.
Yes.
And oftentimes, you know how scared we are to follow up on people? And all it takes is, hey, what's up? Sometimes that's all you got to say. You ain't got to say nothing more than that, you know. And then they'll say, oh, I was waiting. Like the person said, and the thing is, you know what's so amazing? They usually know how long they've been waiting on you to call them.
Yeah.
Because they will give you the exact timeline. Oh, I've been waiting 4 weeks for you to get back to me.
Yeah. So just while I'm talking here now, two more short points and a finish. Hey, I've been selling elsewhere for about 20 years. So I know what to do. But guess what, people? Let's say it this way, treat this thing as a business. Probably I'm just saying that to myself. You all do it. I need to say that to myself. Treat this thing like a business, and you do all the steps, follow all the steps that you know to follow to complete a sale. Yeah, and I'm sure we're gonna be going through the roof, and then we'll all go to Japan. Thank you.
Yes.
Good night.
Thank you so much, Linton. I appreciate that. Desmond, I know you always have problems with your hand, so I don't know if you're wanting to unmute. Brackett, Mr. Brackett? No, yes, no. Mr. Brackett. Kathleen, are you on? Are you all having problems with the hand? I know sometimes y'all do. No? Okay. I will lower the hand again.
I'm not asking a question.
Okay, no problem. No problem. I saw your hand up, so just making sure. Donnelly and then Adriana.
Okay.
And then I'm going to put on the video.
One advice I want everybody to run with. Take this from me, and in January, everybody on here will be showing teeth. Buy 1 box of canoe. This one, and anybody, and see, listen to people. Don't go looking for any, just listen to, because people, as I think it was beauty something, Dr. Ruth Ann. She said
Ageless Skin and Body Solutions.
People like to warm it. And what she means by that is that sometimes when you talk to people like to tell you what's going on with them. And you take out 1 stick of canoe and you say, baby, drink this in some hot water tonight. And then I'll call you in the morning, as I think it was Lyndon was saying, or whatever. What's his name? I don't want to pronounce his name wrong.
Linton, Mr. Snowball.
Mr. Snowball was saying, give them that 1 stick of ballage and say, I can call you in the morning. Trust me, you will get a sale. Out of that box of 27, you will get at least 10 sales out of that 1 box of canoe. Because people believe that they're sleeping. Y'all know I'm the queen of sleep. For y'all who don't know me, they call me the queen of sleep in Sankey Global. We think we sleep. A lot of persons, when they get up in the morning, even though they got 8 to 9 hours of sleep, they feel break right up. Give them that 1 canoe. Just don't give them plenty. Just 1 stick, because you all got to know how valuable these products are. Just 1 stick and say, I'll call you in the morning. Follow up. When you call them in the morning, out of that 27, at least you will have 10 sales. Back to you, Dr. Rutha.
Thank you so much. Adriana? Adriana, your hands up. I don't know if you wanted to say something. No?
While
Okay.
Adriana is coming on and say, Dr. Rutan, a thought came to me. What if, say, sometimes, some cases, 2 or 3 persons could plan a little party in the Christmas season or leading up to it, and our New Year's, and say they bake a cake, large cake, or a sake pie or cake, and they invite over persons, say between the hours of 12 to 5 on the hour, every hour, you have guests. So you have those coming at 12 o'clock, those leave, some come at 1 o'clock, all the way up to 5 or 6 o'clock. And in that period, you could probably have 20 or 30 persons between the 2, 3 of you. And so you literally get them to taste, you have it in a nice cup, your crockery, and you let them taste the conduit fire. And for those who are more inclined for the bellage, you let them taste something, the bellage, and the cake, and you have a nice conversation around that, because by now most of us know how to converse with the products. So those come 12 o'clock, some come 1 o'clock, some 2 o'clock, all the way up to the evening. You might repeat it another time. And then you're physically exposing people to the taste of the product. Some people might begin to get benefit from there. And when they're leaving, they give them a stick of, say, the conway fire to go home with. And so I'm thinking that something like that could probably work. You could tell me if that is practical in some people's cases. I heard somebody said one time, a closed mouth does not get paid. You have to open your mouth. You have to do something. Do something today you have never done. So tomorrow you have results you have never had. So try this and see if you and somebody can link up. If your home is not not conducive or the most convenient thing to do, then you ask a person to agree to invite that person to come to your house, and then you have this conversation and so on. Because sometimes a person will leave their environment, come to a new environment for a new experience, and then you may not be the best person to introduce your friend to it. So allow your other person there to do the talking, because sometimes we are not the best one to get our prospects to on board. So I'm just wondering if something like this could work. If you don't mind shining in on it somewhere along the line, I'd appreciate someone. Thank you.
I like that idea. I like that. Go ahead, Donnelly.
That is
Hold on,
amazing.
Donnelly. Hold on, Adriana, you're next. And just so that everybody knows.
I just want to say something. That's it.
Okay, go ahead.
That's amazing what you said. One day my daughter, she did cookies and she put the bellage and I can't Clive, I don't know if you ever had lemon cookies. They taste like lemon cookies. That's amazing what you just mentioned. And I think Ruth,
so we can have a Sankey cookie party, Christmas cookie party, and you get to taste cookies.
Amazing, King Clive, what you just said. Or you could just do how you do the sugar cookies and just take the bellage and put it in the icing and put the icing on top of the cookies, like how you have cookies with lemon icing, and just drizzle the lemon icing over the cookie. That tastes marvelous. Trust me, y'all try it. King Clive, that's amazing.
And another thing, King Clive, what I thought of whilst you were saying that, Adriana, you're coming up right now, was a mobile Sankey party where you become mobile and you take the party to the people. So a Sankey mobile party that you literally start mobilizing yourself and coming, you bring the party to them. So you bring them some cookies, you bring them a little bit of bellage, a little bit of cronui, and let's make it happen. Go ahead, Adriana.
So just wanted to say, even though this is a business, I'm glad what you guys are saying, because one of the things about business, you have to make it fun. 90% of enthusiasm and excitement. And then if any person are selling their products, their prices, that's what they choose. So if a person say, oh, the price is too high, or is whatever, you just got to stick with your gun. If it works for you, it works for you. If it works for other persons to sell it more cheaper, then that's on them. The most important thing is just stick to your gun. Whatever works for you, whatever is not broken, don't try to embellish or do anything, because the only thing it's going to do is mess you up.
Thank you so much, Adriana. So with all of that being said, I know we have a video to watch that talks about when people say, oh, your things are too high. So we'll get to that video in short audio. And yes, Lisa, I will post the links to the videos. But we have our international sales director, or like I say, of business development on this call. He was eating with his wife, his phenomenal wife, Paula. And I hope he did not eat with her, but we were still on when he asked me how long this call was going on for. So he jumped on quickly for us. And, I'm so grateful and honored to have him. So if anything that he can impart, this is a man that has been millionaire over and over. In sales, he's absolutely amazing. He's been to the top of every company that he has been a part of, not only as a distributor, but also as a consultant, knowing what it takes to get companies to billion-dollar organizations. And I say that to say, if he can get a company there, so he can get us. Y'all might not catch that until you go home. If he can get a company to $1 billion organization, so can he get us. But we must be willing to listen. Listen. So Uncle Tim.
Hey, how you guys doing? I've just been sitting back a little bit, just, listening. And everything that I've heard when I jumped on is absolutely the truth. Everything that I heard from King Clyde Campbell to what Miss Adriana Newchurch just said. Listen, guys, in this business, your best friend in this business. Hopefully you guys are writing this down, right? Take notes, right? Because this is a secret that I never let out. So I want you guys to take notes on this. Listen, your best friend in this business, right? You listening? Is the truth. That is your best friend, is to tell the truth. You don't have to embellish on a great thing. What we have here with Sankey Global is absolutely fantastic. It's great. All you got to do is tell the truth about it. And if you tell the truth about it, people appreciate the truth. So you don't have to make up these incredible stories. Just tell the story. Tell the Sankey story. Tell, the testimonials. I mean, we got testimonials out the wazoo, but the biggest friend in your business, guys, is the truth. Okay. And let me just piggyback off of something that Adriana Newchurch said that just provoked some thought in my head. I learned this a long time ago in this industry. You always want to under promise and over deliver, right? You don't want to make these big giant promises about certain things, and then the greatness of the company gets lost in the embellishments, right? So under promise and over deliver. So, just tell the story and let the people have their own experience, because guess what? Their experience is the greatest experience ever. I'll tell you a story, and this is absolutely the truth. When I was in Houston last week before the Thanksgiving holidays, there was a gentleman there, military, right? And you guys can take this story and use it as much as you can, because it's absolutely 100% the truth. So I don't have to embellish. I'm just going to tell his story. Now listen, this gentleman was in the military, in the Marines, fought, in a couple of wars over the last, 15 or 20 years. And when he came back from the military, guess what, guys? His body was trained not to sleep. So he would sleep no longer than a couple of hours at a time, and then he's up, right? Because his body is used to being on post all night. So he would be up all night while his wife is sleeping. Never could really sleep. And then when he would go to sleep, he would just jump up, right? Because he was suffering from PTSD as well, right? Guess what, guys? Listen, just tell the story, tell the truth. This is what happened. This gentleman started taking the Balage. This gentleman started taking the chrome weed the very first night. Now, I'm not embellishing. I'm telling you his story as he told it. The very first night that he took these formulas, he took the Balage during the day. He took the chrome weed at night. And guess what? First time in 30 years that he's been able to sleep straight through the night. He said he went to sleep. He intended on him and his wife sitting up watching a TV program. He got up to go set the TV up. And by the time his wife got in there, after she got out the shower, guess what, guys? He was asleep. And he slept in that chair till 6 o'clock in the morning. He woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning, thought it was still the middle of the night, until his wife told him it was 6 o'clock in the morning. He went in the bathroom and brushed his teeth, guys, because guess what? He was about ready to get his day started. Sat back down on his lounge chair, guys, and then he slept again until 12 noon. See, these are the stories, right? Under promise, over deliver. Tell the story, because the story is what's going to help you to allow people to purchase. I hate to say sell, because selling is about people buying you. They're going to buy your truth, right? They're going to buy your truth. Tell the truth about the story, because guess what? People hate to be sold, but they love to purchase. So just allow people to purchase by telling the stories, right? But remember, you don't have to embellish on something that's already great. What we have is 100% magnificent. It's great. We don't have to gas up the story, as the young people would say, right? We don't have to gas it up. Just tell the story, right? We don't have to embellish on it. Just tell the story, right? Donna Lee has her testimony with her son. Ruth Ann has her testimony. I'm a witness to Dr. Ruth Ann's testimony. I saw it happen. I saw the transformation. So guess what? I use Dr. Ruth Ann's story. I have my own personal story about what these formulas have done for me in my life, right? So all we got to do is tell the story, guys, and tell the truth. So with that, Dr. Ruth Ann, I'm going to pass it.
Thank you so much, King Tim. That was amazing. So it goes back, I mean, literally, guys, we're all on the same line from the beginning of this call to now. Tell your story, share your story, share other person's story. Because like I said, sometimes you might have not really used the products the way you should have. Maybe you bought into the company, but sold your products, didn't even get to use them. I don't know. And, you know, like Queen Donnelly said, Nurse Donnelly said, everybody is going to have a story if you try the products. If you try the products, you will have a story. Something is going to transpire in your body. But with that being said, I just want to share this other video, and we might have another special guest come on. I'm not sure if she's able to make it or not, but if she is, awesome. If not, no problem. But I also shared in the group, guys, the testimonial videos that we had as well, so that you can have that. And so if it's something that you haven't seen or been able to look at yourself, I just sent Why Sankey testimonials to you guys, and go through them and share a story. Share a story that might be yours. So now this one is a video. It's 11 minutes long, guys. Get your pen and paper out, and it's about your price is too high. But like Adriana says, stick to your thing. So maybe, I don't know if we want to do 5 tips to the best salesperson, which is Grant Cardone, or price too high. Which one y'all want to do, guys? Grant Cardone or sales?
Price too high.
Price too high? Okay. Okay, no problem. Okay, so let's listen in. Hold on. Let me see. Let me make sure I share it properly, because sometimes I don't share it with the volume. Okay, yeah, it's shared. Okay. Let's go.
Welcome to the Sales Influence Podcast, where we talk about finding the why in how people buy. I'm your host, Victor Antonio, and today we're going to talk about that one objection, that one pushback we always get is from the client: your price is too high. Don't you just hate it when they say that your price is too high? Wouldn't it be nice if we lived in an alternate reality, an alternate universe, where when you present price, the customer would say something like, you know, Victor, that price is so low, I think you should jack it up. I think you should charge me more. Wouldn't that be great? But the reality is most customers, if not all customers, are always going to push back with your price is too high. So how do we handle that objection? Well, I have a resource for you. I'm going to have to dig into the archives for this one, but I think you'll like it. I'm going to refer to my man, Zig Ziglar, in his book, Secrets of Closing the Sale. Zig Ziglar has a great example that I want to share with you that I think you can use when you have that objection, your price is too high. Now, I'm a Zig Ziglar fan. I saw Zig Ziglar back in the mid-90s. I was fortunate enough to, to witness his greatness on stage in person, which was an experience. And he was the one that really motivated me to want to get into the, sales training and the aspect of motivation as well. And I had the wonderful pleasure of speaking with him on stage in Jackson, Mississippi, a couple of years before he passed away. So may he rest in peace. But Zig Ziglar had this example. This example is also on YouTube. if you search for Zig Ziglar Secrets of Closing the Sale, you'll find this example. So let's go through it. Let's see how Zig does it. And then what I want to do is at the end of the example, I want to deconstruct why this example that Zig Ziglar gives is so powerful. Because it's okay to memorize a technique or a strategy or what to say or how to say it, but it's better to really understand why something works. Because I always believe if you understand why it works, it gives you more knowledge to apply it to what you sell, and that makes you more effective. So let's go to Zig Ziglar's example. The customer says, your price is too high. You respond by saying, Mr. Customer, are you concerned about cost, or is it price that you're concerned about? Now, in many cases, the client's going to go, what's the difference? But what do you mean price versus cost? Well, in the Zig Ziglar's example, he jumps straight into a personal story. Well, Mr. Customer, let me explain. And he starts telling the story. The story's about he's going to buy a bicycle for his son. So he goes down to the Schwinn distributor, buy a bike, and sure enough, the price of the bike, the Schwinn bicycle, which was the best at the time, $65. Now, back in the day, back in his time, $65 was a lot of money. So he decides, no, we're not going to buy that one. Let's go down to another store, and they wanted to buy a bike that cost $34. As opposed to $65, they found an alternative that cost $34. Well, as Zig tells the story, 60 days later, the handlebars need replacing, and now that's going to cost them $5 more. So now the bike that cost them $34, now added $5 on top of that, is now going to cost them $39. That's what it's now costing them. So 3 months later, guess what? The sprocket and brake system goes to hell, so that's going to cost them an additional $15. We'll add $15 to $39. It brings the total now to $54. Now, a couple of months later, as Zig tells the story, something else goes wrong and they want another $5. And at this point, he says, forget it. That's it. I'm done. I'm not putting any more money into this bike. Goes back to the Schwinn dealer bike shop and buys the bike for $65. He then says, look, when I bought the bike, the alternative, not the Schwinn bicycle, when I bought the original bicycle, by the time I added up all the costs of what it would cost me to repair it, again, the handlebars, the sprockets, the brakes, anything additional, the cost was $54. But my son, as he says, only rode it for 6 months. So take 54 divided by 6 months, and that means that the cost of that bike was $9 per month. He then tells how his son rode that Schwinn bicycle, the one that cost $65, that was a better quality bike, how he rode that bicycle for 10 years. And if you take $65 and divide it by 10 years, the cost of that bike was only $6.50 per year, as opposed to the cheaper model, which cost $9 per month. And then he says the following, again, Mr. Customer, is it price or is it cost? You see, Mr. Customer, a lot of people can beat us on price, but nobody can beat us on cost. And since price is a one-time thing and cost is a lifetime thing, don't you really want the best possible lowest cost? End of example. Now, this example is brilliant for many reasons, and I want to go ahead and deconstruct it so you can really understand why this is powerful. Let's go through it. Now, the objection is your price is too high. Ziglar's response is, Mr. Customer, are you concerned about cost or is it price you're concerned about? Now, the customer is going to say, what? Now, what Zig Ziglar has done in this example is that he's inserted what is known as a pattern interrupt, a mental pattern interrupt. What you want to do is basically by asking a key, insightful question, basically mentally stop the customer dead in his tracks. What you want to do is like shake them up to wake them up. You ask them a question that they haven't really thought about. And is it price or is it cost is one of those questions. So at this point, the customer's confused, like, I thought they were the same thing. What's the difference? By asking that mental interrupt question, that pattern interrupt, what he's done, he's now allowed the customer to kind of stop, but also be willing to listen to understand what is the difference between price and cost. In other words, now he has the client's full attention. Then he jumps into this example, which he does on a board or a piece of paper if you're with a customer, and he starts doing almost like the Ben Franklin thing, right? Pros and cons. So on one side, he says, If I bought the new Schwinn bicycle, that would be $65. And on the right-hand side, he talks about the bike he did buy, and he writes the number 34. And then he talks about how the handlebars need replacing. So then he adds another $5, which brings the total to $39. Then he talks about how it needed sprocket repairs and the brake system as well. So that's another $15 added to $39. That now comes out to $54, and he writes those numbers down. And then he does the analysis. His son only rode that alternative bike that cost $54 for 6 months. So then he writes 54 divided by 6 equaled $9 per month. That's the cost. Then he talks about the Schwinn bicycle he wound up buying after he bought the alternative. Now that's $65, and then he tells the story again about how his son rode it for 10 years. So you take 65 divided by 10, you get $6.50 per year. And at this point, what I love about this example is that he's not telling the example, he's actually writing it down in front of the customer. There's something about writing something down in front of the customer as you're explaining something that just makes it that much more engaging. That's what's powerful about this example. You first have the pattern interrupt to get the customer to stop. Really listen to what you're about to say to understand the difference between price versus cost. He then shifts into this written example, writing it out, and basically doing price versus cost and going through the whole motion. Now the customer is engaged because he's going, where's this going? And then once he's done with the example, he then asks that key qualifying question or questions that goes like this. Again, Mr. Customer, after he's done with the example, is it price or cost? Mr. Customer, and this is a great line, a lot of people can beat us on price, but nobody can beat us on cost. And since price is a one-time thing and cost is a lifetime thing, don't you really want the best possible lowest cost? Now, what Zig Ziglar is talking about is that he's talking about total cost of ownership. That's the phrase TCO, total cost of ownership. Too often, clients are focused on the price they're going to pay today, but don't think about the total cost of owning something over the long run. Think of an example of a car. If you buy a low quality car, you'll get a better price, but over the years, you'll have to do all these repairs, which means at the end of that lifetime of that car for you, it actually probably comes out to more than the new car would have cost you at the beginning. You can use an example like that, but you get what I'm saying. But what I love about that example is that you really shift the customer's thinking. They're so focused on price that just by simply asking them, is it price or cost, walking them through this example, and then saying, a lot of people can beat us on price, but nobody can beat us on cost. And that shifts the customer's thinking from price to cost. And that's what makes this example just a killer example that you should use the next time you hear the objection, your price is too high. This is Victor Antonio.
Dr. Ruth and King Clive, somebody.
Yeah, I'm trying to come on. What did y'all think?
It was awesome.
Absolutely wonderful. It's such an eye-opener because, you know, I'm already playing it in my mind how I'm going to say to the people.
Exactly. It immediately makes, like, the first thing that I did was divide a box to figure out, okay, how much does it cost? It's going to cost someone. What is it worth to you? Is $3.30 per day a stick of canoe at $3.30 a day? Is that worth something to you?
Yeah, and Ruthann, let me say something to you. You know, guys, value is very important in anything that you sell. If you show a person the value and why it's more valuable than the medication that they're taking,
come on, sister, bring it home.
Let me say something to you.
Stop. Adriana, continue. Then Donna.
Let me say something to y'all.
Go ahead.
Let me say something to you. And this is how I sell. I do not push anymore. I do not flick and push. I'm done tired of pushing them to get this for themselves, not for me, for you. So I get passionate. I said, let me ask you a question. Take your medication today and call me in the morning, and then take my 2 products and then call me the next morning. But don't call me if you ain't gonna take my products. And then when I get like that for certain clients, what they do, they say, mind you, church, don't be like that. I say, take your medication. Mind that can make me just say, take your medication and call me in the morning. Guess what happened? They take the medication. They don't call me in the morning. They call me at 1 o'clock in the morning. They don't call me like 7 o'clock. They call me in like midnight or 11 o'clock. It's like, new church, what should I do? I say, take the Balage and the Inner 7 and 20-ounce water, warm water, and sip it and relax your mind. Okay? And when they do that, they say, oh my God. And guess what? Regular customer. I say, I ain't begging you because I know what I got. You say I changed. You say I look good. You want to be like me. So I telling you what I doing. And that's it. You understand? So what you do, you split it. Okay. You think my stuff ain't valuable? Okay, take your medication then. Oh no, you know what? Drink some Kool-Aid. You understand? Go drink some Kool-Aid. That same Kool-Aid I tell you don't drink. Go drink that Kool-Aid and see if it can make you better. And then take the Cronut. Are you joking? I do that because I know what I have. I am confident of my product.
You know the cost. You know the cost and value.
I know
of
the
what you have.
cost.
Yes.
Exactly. Yes. I myself, Ruthann, I told you that yesterday. What I do with the Inner 7, I take it orally. Then whatever is left in the Inner 7, I put it in my eyes.
Sweet girl, that thing is burned. Girl, that thing is burned. But let me tell you something, some crusty stuff come out my left eye the other day when I did that. I was like, what the heck was this?
Okay, and guess what? My husband had ear. I told the people in Bimini, and I told some people here in Freeport, I said, my husband had such a bad ear infection. He gone to the doctor. I said, go ahead, have your fun. I said, I come with you. And then turn around, I grabbed the Inner 7. I said, oh, you tell you put that thing, that drop. Okay, go put that drop on it. I said, okay, but tomorrow you ain't putting that drop there. So I put the drop in his ear, which is the Inner 7. The man is fine. He can hear clearly. He only needed 2 drops of Inner 7, just the same drop that they give them in medication. And he still had problems with that because he still ain't feeling no result. I put the Inner 7. You guys call me crazy because I use all the products for everything. All right. And I put it everywhere. So I put it in there. And guess what? He can hear clear. The wax is soft. Now what he does, he cleans it, but the proper way. He trusts it now. He taking the products, but he's not trusting the process. And he wasn't trusting the product. He only was doing it because he said, I say, do it. But if you trust it, just like God said, faith without works is what? Dead.
Dead.
So trust the process, trust the product, and then you will get results. When you guys do this and you say it passionately, and the ones who ain't into it, man, keep walking, keep taking it, and let them see you, man, fly high. And then they can come back. Them same one tell you, oh man, nah, into that. Okay. There's be the same one come back. Say, man, Miss New Church, I almost dead with COVID. I say, man, where that thing, that blue thing you have. Listen, when you walk with confidence, with thank you, with anything that you believe, they come into you. I always, my affirmation say, they chase me. I attract them. And what belongs to me comes to me. And that's what has been happening. And ask Ruthann how I's been. Perky, more happier than ever.
Awesome.
Y'all could ask Ruthann how is every time I come to her, I's be a different person every time. Why? Because I expect results. And when you expect results, you get results. Why? Because you have confidence in yourself and confidence in what you're taking. So the first, actually, what God said, he said, seek him first. So you got to seek yourself first. And know what you're getting into. And when you know and you're confident because you're taking it, not just taking it because other people take it. No, take it for you. And then when you finish doing that, then the people will say, oh my God, what's going on with her? What's going on with him? And guess what? They come in by boat. They come in by
come by train.
Come in a wheelchair.
Wheelchair. Yep. Boop, boop.
So I encourage you guys to have more confidence and value of yourself so they can see the value. They don't want to see desperation. They will see the value because it's all over you. When they see me, they don't see only Sankey, they see Balaj, Hasaki, Quanut, and their 7. And I'm 50. And people always question, you can't be 50. I say, I am 50. And I brag about it because I know I don't look 50. You understand? And that's what y'all got to do. Y'all got to be hungry for you guys first. So when they see you, they say, my God, that woman, you know what? Let me ask her. Let me ask her, man. I shame, but I can still ask. They come in. But you got to build you first before you build them. And you have to do it with excitement, enthusiasm. 90% of the sale is no sale at the beginning. It has to be enthusiasm, excitement. And you don't talk about no money. The first one speak, lose. Ask Mr. The gentleman who in charge in sales in Sankey if I'm wrong or right. First one speak, lose. So you just let them come. Just throw the honey and they come in. That's my 5, 10,
Thank you so
20
much, Adriana. I'm gonna let Ageless Skin and Body Solutions.
Hi. Wow, very juicy, all of this. Great video, thank you. My biggest takeaway from this, it's how demonstration beats conversation. So by demonstrating, by writing out and showing your customer just how they're gonna get value, between the price or the cost, it makes a huge difference. So I think it's a skill that everyone should learn, and that is drawing out exactly, practice, write it out. What's the cost versus the price of your Sankey products, each one. So that was it. Thank you.
No, thank you. Mava, Queen Mava.
Yes, thank you. One of our new distributors and I were on the phone a couple of days ago, and we worked this out. I wrote it down, how much it costs per stick of each of our products. And the Belage and the Inner 7, $2.19. Crenui, $2.57. The Asaki, $2.56. And we were amazed by this because everybody's crying, it's too expensive. But if you look at this, can you imagine per day? If you were to go and buy a bottle of Coke, it's going to cost more than that. And so Coke is nothing compare. I mean, I should wash my mouth out with soap for saying, mention it too in the same conversation. But these are the things that, we're working out. We are trying to figure out how to make the best of it. And so with the training, with the 5-step system, we are doing these things. So it's so profound that we're talking about this. So once we put it all together, because some people won't take training. So once we're putting all these things together, people are going to see now how valid and how purposed this is a great opportunity for us to have a different skill set, to be able to do something like this. Amazing. So you know what? I'm so happy that we're doing this. And thank you, King Clive, for letting me be your secretary today. I won't complain again.
Yeah, so everybody, the reason, for this call, King Clive wanted us to creatively think, brainstorm of ideas, ways for us to get our sales where we want to see them. Oh, sorry, Donnelly, you wanted to go next. My apologies. Go ahead, Donnelly, before I speak.
Yes, thank you for that video, and I'm going to go back to that video. And I want to say something. He said cost and price. Y'all don't know cost and price. Let me break down the real cost and price for y'all, because I'm talking about my story. We start off talking about our story and our experience. I almost lost my home this year because with my son Darius, I paid medical bills for him for more than what my house costs. His medical bill came up to more than what my home cost. I had to refinance my home to save my home because of his physiotherapy and all of that. I started my child on these Sankey products. He has been doing, and Ruthann could attest for it. He's been doing therapy for 10 years. 10 years. And he took these products, and in 1 month, what he's been doing therapy for 10 years, these products did it in 1 month. They were trying to get him to walk with a walker for 10 whole years. These products got him walking with a walker in 1 month. You want to talk about price and cost? So for people who are running after other things, I don't know why. I don't know why. What we have in Sankey, that is why I am so passionate about this company. Because of the amount of money I spent running after pharmaceuticals and doctors. When God made the leaves of the trees for the healing of the land, and Sankey Global did it. They did it. I paid more than I paid for my house and medical bills. And they all want to talk about price and cost. You want to talk about price and cost? Just over $100 for one box of Balage and one box of Canoe for a 27-day supply. Cost my child to get up and use a walker. You want to talk about price and cost? Talk that. Back to you, Dr. Ruthann.
Listen, guys, our special guest is coming in right now to talk about sales. She is the queen. She is considered the closer. This lady is my mentor. She is an amazing leader. Let me see if she made it. I think it dropped just now. Oh, Lord. Okay, hopefully she gets back in. Let's see. Okay, she's coming in now. So guys, this lady right here, she is a mother, she is a wife, but not only is she that, she has been a millionaire 11 times over, documented millionaire. 23 families that she brought into the business in network marketing. Didn't even, let me see if she made it again. I think she dropped. Oh Lord, okay, no, there she is. Let's see, let me bring her up. She didn't even know, guys. And all I can say is when you don't know somebody and they're still able to bring you success, they didn't know you, but they're still able to touch you. To me, that's simply amazing. So I'm not sure if she has her mic on, and let's see if she does, but I'd love to bring her up. Our CSMO of Sankey Global, Dr. Helen Delahousse. Clay, are you out there? I'm not sure if your mic is on, but let's see. Are you out there? I don't know if her mic is open, guys. Give me a second.
It's not.
Oh, no, it's not, right? Okay, hold on one second. Let me see if I can contact her. Hold on, give me 1 second. Hi, Dr. Helen. I just did a huge introduction for you, but I know you didn't hear it, so I'll just kind of repeat it. Guys, listen, we have this amazing, phenomenal individual coming up. She is not only a phenomenal wife and also a mother of 9 amazing kids, but she is the leader here at Sankey Global as our Chief Sales Marketing Officer. And she has been a millionaire 11 times over. And like I was telling you guys, she touched 23 families and assisted and aided them in becoming millionaires and didn't even know them. And to me, guys, like I said earlier, that means a lot to me, because if you've never heard of her, if you do not know her, you need to understand that this lady is a powerhouse. I've always told her that her voice will make room for her because she is the closer. She is the closer, and I know she has something special to impart on us this evening regarding the art of sales. So Dr. Helen Della Hussein Clay, did you make it to the call?
Awesome and absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Dr. Ruth Ann Lightburn of Nassau, Freeport, Bahamas. Oh my goodness. I am delighted and honored and humbled that you guys would think of me to just speak a few moments tonight on something that I love as a passion. But I want to give it right back to you before I even have a conversation. I don't do presentations, but just have a light conversation with all of you tonight. Is that it has been a journey of a lifetime to be in partnership with you, to have a friendship, to have covenantship, relationship, and not based on commissionship. You have a compassionate heart of gold. You are resilient. You have tenacity out of this world. Quit is not in the vocabulary with you. Your actions speak much louder than your words. You get done before 9 a.m. than most people get done in a week. And I am proud, very proud of you, who you are becoming, who you have become here in Sankey. And it just doesn't get any better than this. So to get an invitation from you today, I fought tooth and nail to try to get in a quiet place as I bring on just a few tips to the top of things that served me well as I was starting in this industry, a babe, not knowing anything about network marketing, and even had a little complex when it came to working with people, because I did not understand that it was bigger than just the profit of a thing. It was about the purpose of a thing. And so as we talk about art of sales, I have literally spent over $200,000 in workshops and trainings to sit at people's feet. And that's just the receipts I can remember. I have spent over 500 hours in 1 month to sit at a workshop that was a 30-day workshop. I'll never forget that. And so I know I would say at least 50,000 hours of training that I have sat under and that I have offered. And sometime I've charged for it, and often I have not, because I believe that it's power in sowing. I have never seen anything come out of the ground without first putting it in. It's called a harvest. You do not reap to sow, you sow to reap. So before I can tap in briefly of the art of sales, we have to understand the art of relationships. So what I have found in this industry of network marketing, that the massive amounts of money come when you find a way to become duplicatable, when someone can relate to you and can duplicate what you just did, what you just said. So you have to keep it very, very simple. You guys will hear me say that often. You might even hear in some of my presentations, and when I'm done, you may say, wait a minute, hold on. That was really, really good. It was very motivating, but I left that presentation and I didn't learn anything about the actual product. Like, what the heck does the product, well, not what does it do, but how is it made? What's the ingredients? If you notice, I stay away from things like that because that's not duplicatable. I stay away from pronouncing big words about a product or about the ingredients, because that's not duplicatable. I'm trying to help somebody tonight. I stay away from a lot of history lessons and a lot of substance of education, not because I cannot articulate myself, not because I don't understand the theses behind things or can't give a dissertation. I'm highly intelligent, but I dumb it down on purpose. There'll be times when I am presenting, meaning having a conversation like right now, and I may make a mistake on purpose. I might say, oh, excuse me, I apologize, on purpose. You will hear me share tons of testimonials and stories about life, about things that make people happy, about things that give people hope, sometimes inspirational, sometimes transformational, that have nothing to do with what's the ingredients in a product. It has nothing to do with how the compensation plan originated or the 11 ways of pay, and no, because that's not duplicatable. The only thing in life when it comes to sales, because we are selling every day, don't get it twisted. Someone is selling and someone is buying. Always remember that. From the time you wake up in the morning, if you choose to listen to the radio, if you choose to go to social media, if you choose to watch television, if you choose to get in your car and you drive on the interstate and you pass a billboard, subliminal messages are feeding your subconscious mind and your frontal lobe 24/7. Someone is selling and someone is buying. Even in your relationship, whether it's a marriage, whether it's a relationship with your child, someone is selling and someone is buying. When you're convincing them, eat the eggs, eat the toast, drink the milk, someone is selling, someone is buying what you're selling. Selling, telling is all the same thing. You're telling about something with conviction because you want to make a point, because you have to convince someone to do something they typically would not do. We are all salespeople, even if that is not your profession. So don't overthink it. So what has served me well is, okay, if I can make it duplicated, because that's all network marketing is. That's how people make millions, because they found a way that 1 + 1 = 2 and 2 + 2 = 4. And then there's compound on top of that. So when you get done with it, can they do it too? Is the question that people will ask themselves if they want to enroll with you. They're not thinking about if the product worked. They know the product worked. You're beating them upside the head about the product. They know the product works. But what they don't know, and the reason why they haven't pulled their credit card out and they haven't signed up, enrolled with you, because they don't know if they can work. Oh, wow. Stay right there for 10 seconds. They don't know if they can do it too. Sometimes we're too amazing, we're too over the top. And then a person say, wait a minute, hold up. I can't talk like Queen Donnelly. I can't talk like Queen Marva. I can't talk like King Finley. I had a long conversation with him this morning. I can't talk like him. I can't talk like King Clive Campbell. Wow, have you heard them talk about the microbiome? First of all, I don't even know I just learned how to spell it. Microbiome. Those calls are awesome that all of you partake in. But those calls that are happening from the experts, they should be just what they are, a training, educational call. That should never be intertwined with a sales pitch. Oh, wow. Because it's not duplicatable. People look at those calls and it wows them, and they will become your customer. And you will make money when they become your customer. But if you want to become wealthy, there's a difference between making money, being rich, and being wealthy. And I can honestly tell you, I have lived a life of wealth in network marketing. I'm talking about so much money, I didn't know what to do with it at one point. It's because I learned what I offer has to be duplicatable. So the question is, how do you make it duplicatable? How do you sell something? How do you talk about something and make it duplicatable? If it's relatable, oh wow, it's duplicatable. If it's not relatable, it's not duplicatable. Ask yourself, are you relatable? When you do these grand presentations, can someone do it too? Do they leave there saying, can I do that too? If you're doing an opportunity call, so you can get enrollments, because that's where your residual income, your beach money is going to come from the worker bees. You're a worker bee, the team of worker bees. That's how residual income is created. Okay? So if you're doing an opportunity call and you're doing a presentation that has 15 slides, and someone who's never done network marketing, someone who's never presented anything, someone who doesn't even understand how to work Zoom, so maybe, just maybe, you should condense those slides, leaders, to 5 slides. 5 slides. Maybe 4. Why Sankey? Why now? Open up your calls with testimonials, because stories sell. Facts just tell. But a good story, oh wow. If you go back to the basics of how we first began, people were jumping over rank. 3, 4 ranks. They was jumping over the rank. Do you remember? They were jumping over the rank because we kept everything relatable, very simple. But what's happened, which causes stagnation in every company, every leader has gone through it, I've been guilty of it, is I got too over the top. Everything I talked about was over the top. It was a training on top of a training. Every single day, everything that came out of my mouth was training, 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 training. Well, that's not relatable, and that's not fun. Write that down. That's not fun. If people aren't having fun and they don't feel like it's simple and they don't feel like it's easy, they don't want to do it. If it's not fun, if it's not simple, if it's not easy, people don't want to do it. So you pick a night that's for training, and you make that training. And when you finish your training, you say at the very end, in less than 5 minutes, if anything you heard tonight impressed you or blessed you, and you want to learn how to take the information that you learned tonight to create residual income, what I want you to do is log off and log on to a call that's going to start at the top of the hour. And we're going to talk for 20 minutes on how you can take this information and you can make money. You don't mix the two together. I'm going to say that one more time. If what you heard tonight impressed you or blessed you, and you want to learn how you can make right now money and residual income, you want to create residual income for your family, and you want to make money right now as in today. Okay, the hour is 8:15. At the top of the hour, you're going to get right back on this Zoom. That'll give you time to collect your pen and your paper and get in a quiet place, because I'm going to talk to you about how you can make right now money right now and create residual income. Or you may say, get up back on the phone at 8:30. Whatever the time is, you give them instructions, same link. Here's the time. Watch how many people get on the call. There's another challenge that's happening that slows sales down is people keep people too long. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I'm talking to you about the science of sales right now. Did you know that Albert Einstein was one of the smartest, most intelligent persons on the face of this earth? Who knew that? Probably everybody on this line. Well, did you also know that Albert Einstein put in one of his dissertations that the average mind, which is most people in the world, they're not geniuses. The average mind cannot regurgitate what they just heard, and they might have heard something that was only repeated for 10 seconds. And by the time it goes around a room of 10 people, the story is different than it started with the first person. A genius with a high IQ starts thinking about everything else after 3 minutes. If what you got to say is not impactful in the first 3 minutes of a conversation, presentation, education, transformation, motivation, inspiration, in the first 3 minutes, who's still with me? Put 3 minutes. Put it in the chat. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. That's all you got. So when you're going to close someone to convince them to join you to something else, meaning you've ended a training and stop holding people so long. You've ended one training. Make them want it. Make them salivate. Instead of doing all your training in one night, break it up in 4 series. Oh, wow. Take that same hour and a half training and break it up in parts of 4. And tell them over the next 4 weeks, we're going to talk about the topic of discussion is going to be this, the microbiome of the vagina, whatever. Make that training 25 minutes, 30 minutes or less. And at the top of the hour, we're going to talk to you about, because we know you've been impressed. We know you've been blessed. And we're going to talk to you now about how to make the money. I'm telling you something that has worked tremendously for myself and so many others that I have trained, and they were coachable and teachable. If you're not coachable and teachable, it's not going to matter what I suggest. You're always going to have a solution to the madness. Not really resolution, because there's a difference. You're going to come up with your own man-made solution to why sales are down, why it's stagnated, why people are dropping from your team. Oh, y'all invited me on this call. I didn't invite myself. So I'm going to give it to you 100. That's the only way I know how to deliver it. So you have to divide the things that you offer to people. Number one, that have never done this industry before, it's too much. So they have a long day at work, 8 hours, sometimes 12 hours, sometimes 16 hours. And then they have already given you their word. They're going to be on a call. So they get on a call and you hold them another 2 hours. How do you think the person feels? So they leave the call saying, I'm just trying to give y'all something to think about tonight. They leave the call saying, or even if you just hold them for an hour, that's a long time. When they're tired, that's a long time. When they still got to cook dinner, that's a long time. When they still got kids pulling at them, that's a long time. When they got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to start their day. So they get on the call because they gave you their word, but they're not going to be your partner. Or if they join up with you, they might sign up with you out of obligation and commitment and relationship, but they ain't gonna work the business. I know I'm talking good. I probably won't get nobody to say that. That's okay. But let me tell you why they not gonna work the business, because they don't know how. They ain't learned nothing. They haven't learned simple steps. They haven't learned a system, a simple system. People need a simple system. Systems. Success is not a secret. It's a system, a simple system. A 1 + 1 = 2 system. Get on the call. If you like what you heard, share it. Invite somebody else on the call. Repeat. Uh-oh. I just messed the whole call up. Get on the call tonight, the opportunity call. If you like what you heard, invite somebody else to the call. Decide if you're going to be a customer or decide if you're going to be my business partner. Invite somebody else on the call. Repeat. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm going to say that one more time. If you like what you heard tonight, you want to make some money with me right now, you need some right now money. Decide if you're going to be my customer or my business partner. And then I want you to invite somebody else to listen to the call, because we're going to do it again in 1 hour. Oh, wow. See, some of y'all need to get back to old school, how we was doing it every hour on the hour opportunity calls. We would pick an evening. We would have a call at 6, 7, and 8. 30 minutes or less. And when we went to go close, hey, if you like what you heard tonight and you're ready to make some right now money with me, and you want to be a customer with me, or maybe you don't want to be no customer, but you want to make some right now money with me, okay? Whatever it is you're doing, all right? So check this out. I want you to get back on the call in the next hour. First, make your decision of what you're going to be. You in or you out? Or you in? Okay, great. You're going to be my customer or my business partner or both. And then I want you to invite somebody on the next call so I can help you start making money tonight. I just want you to invite one person. See, when you tell them just invite one person, guess what they're going to do? Invite 5. People always going to do the opposite of what you tell them to do, especially adults, to think they know everything. So if you challenge them not to do something, they're going to do it. Oh, wow. And the lie that's been told that adults don't like to be told what to do, that's the biggest lie. Everybody wants to be told how to win. Everybody wants instructions on that. Yes. So if I were you, and I'm not you, but if I was the leaders on this call, I would tonight create, number one, a new list of people to talk to. I would designate who's the best of the best. Tomorrow night, I would have, see, you don't need a lot of notice. You don't need a lot of notice. When people are broke, they don't need a week to prepare to get on an opportunity call. Y'all invited me to this call. I didn't invite myself. I'm going to say that again. I know some of y'all going to need some Epsom salt. Y'all like, wait a minute, hold up. She's stepping on toes. I don't mean to do it. I'm doing it with love. I love everybody on this call. All right? But I would plan a call for tomorrow, 6, 7, and 8. I sure would. I would pick the best of the best. I would have someone come on and bring 2 to 3 testimonials on, whether they were pre-recorded or I would have one person tell the testimony. Or I would say, let me get you on. Make your testimonies 3 minutes or less. Open your call up with why Sankey, why now? Some testimonials. Go into 5 minutes of why the product do what it do. 5 minutes. That's it. That is it. Now you at 15 minutes in the call. The last 10 minutes, I'd be talking about 2 ways to get paid right now. Customer acquisition and the fast start promotion of 90%. Ain't nobody talking to me tonight. Nobody's talking to me tonight, and that's okay. That's okay. Ain't nobody got to talk back to me. I travel the world still. People fly me in to have private trainings with them in their group. Fortune 500 companies, not just network marketing companies, to train them how to go from A to W. What W mean? What W? Who can tell me what W mean? From A to W. Wealthy. It can mean win too, but wealthy. People want to be wealthy. And I keep it simple, fun, and easy. Relatable. 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 Yes, there's a time and a place for doctors, physicians, medical personnel to get on calls and make it all about them. On those type of opportunity calls, you will have a Queen Donnelly speaking. You will have a King Clive speaking. But they still don't need to talk no more than 15 minutes. You still need to get to the money, because even them so-called wealthy people, most of them broke, living beyond their means, talking about past success. They haven't won since Jesus was a boy. That's how long it's been since they won. Okay. So what I'm trying to tell you guys tonight, tomorrow night, I would be offering every hour on the hour, 6, 7, 8, and tell those people I'm going to help you build your team tonight. We ain't going to wait till tomorrow night. So you in or you out. Okay. I'm in. Okay, great. You're going to be a customer. You're going to be my business partner or both. You can't sell the product, sell a dream looking like a nightmare. So of course you're gonna be the customer, right? Okay, so you're a customer, you're my business partner, and with my partner, I'm gonna show you how to win tonight. So okay, you got on the 6 o'clock call, you in, great. Do what, 30 minutes or less, so you're gonna have enough time to close them. That's why you don't want to hold people all night. You want to close them to get ready to invite that person to the next call. Because you want to help them build their team. You understand? You're compounding now. So now 7 o'clock, they done invited. You told them to invite one person. Only invite one now. Only get you your one VIP. But they're going to invite 5 or 6. You close them. You're going to do it again at 8. Now you're going to help them new people get new people. Y'all, some of y'all, if you really understood compounding, if you really understood residual income and the power of duplication, some of y'all can literally become a bronze tomorrow evening all over again. Just with 3 calls, 3 30-minute calls. That's it. So again, when things are relatable and people can see their win in you, that's what everybody's going to walk away from a call. Can I see my win in Dr. Ruth Ann? Because if they cannot see their win in you, they will not go to work because they will not commit to another thing that they could potentially fail at. They cannot afford another failure. That's why a lot of times people on your team, they're already your business partners. And you say, man, I see so much greatness in them. But they will not step out on faith. They will not stretch their ability. They seem stuck in this one rank. It's not because they don't want to. It's because they don't know how. They don't know how to stretch themselves. They don't know how. And they're scared that if they go for the gold, they will fail. So you as a leader have to say, wait a minute, let me take it down a couple of notches like we're doing right now tonight. Let me go back to the basics of what helped me to grow as a leader and start right there. Don't start from your success. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Don't start training people based on where your success is at currently. Train them on where you got started. Because they need it too. They need it too. I could get on this call and do advanced sales training 105. Not 101. But that's not what this call is for. This is a go back to the basics because we grew so fast in such a short amount of time, and you saw other people jumping rank, and it was unbelievable, but there was some substance that was left off the plate that you needed to eat to nurture your success. You can't jump straight to what a diamond is currently doing. You got to go back to when the diamond first got started in the industry. Oh, wow. Some of y'all should have pages of notes right now. Pages of notes. But let's keep it simple. Let's keep it simple. Tonight, you're going to make a list of people that you will talk to. And when you go to call them, you will not give them the presentation. Save that for the expert. Tonight, you are coachable and you're teachable, and you can admit, I am not the expert at closing people. Because if I was, I'd be a diamond, double diamond, triple diamond by now. If I was the expert closer. Maybe what you're missing is just the element of patience in your sales mechanics. Because patience is required, meaning you can't rush by cramming all the information so fast. That's how a lot of us, because I was guilty of it, I would give so much information to someone that was a prospect till I talked them in and I talked them right back out. I wasn't patient enough to wait for the expert to get on the call with them and offer an opportunity meeting or invite them to a hotel. I wasn't patient enough to get them to the hotel. I wanted to close them right now. And guess what happened? I end up losing them. Oh, wow. Who I'm talking to? Who's humble enough tonight to say, let me raise my hand, because I done did that plenty of times. I lacked patience. I lacked patience because I wanted it right now. So I would tell the person, because you got to understand, when you are tapping into the sales mechanics, the art of the sale, you have to have the art of relationship master, the art of relatability, the art of being duplicatable. Those things must come first. You must listen to what they need. And that's how you speak to them for the invite, to get them on the opportunity call. If you know they're concerned about the virus, then you got the liquid immunity. Oh, that sounds good. But what sounds better is I got the virus reverser. If you know they broke, if you know they hide in their car behind Bobo's house, if you know that they don't have the ends ain't meeting, it ain't wanking at one another, you know what they're going through, you know they hate their job, I would speak to that in my invitation. I have access to something that would give you your time freedom back. I have access that while you are working the job, and I know that's not your dream job, you could also be working on your destiny, creating wealth at the same time, part-time. So that if you want to call in well, you can call in well. What you mean, Marva, when you call in well? Well, I ain't coming back no more. I'm gone. I got options. I've got access to something. I hope y'all writing this down. I have access to something that will give you options, because I'm the option specialist. Forget being health and wellness specialist and all this advanced stuff. I'm the medical director and the medical advisor, and I'm the doctor so-and-so. Do you know how many times I dumb it down and don't even use doctor? I'm just Helen. I'm an option specialist. I'm a connector. That's who I am. I connect people to wealth. I'm a wealth magnet. I'm a money magnet. Because yeah, we can play this game. We keep playing this game to think that everybody is only concerned about their health. Now, they should be concerned about their health, but that ain't the only thing they're thinking about. So we keep playing the game that, oh man, let's just keep beating them upside the head with how the products work, how the products work, how the products work, how great the products are, how great the products are. Yes, that's the thing that's going to hook them. What's going to keep them? I want somebody to talk back to me. Y'all invited me to this call. I did not invite myself. What's keeping them? Show somebody how to fish and stop fishing for them. And you've just created a loyal relationship, and they will not quit on you. Show them how to eat. Show them how to go make some money. That's what I mean. You show someone how to go make some money today, they are a lifer. True or true? True or true? True or true?
True.
And that is, thank you, that one person, thank you, because this ain't no presentation, it's a conversation. That is what we've got to get better at. Save the expertise. Conversations for the experts when it's time for training. Save the time for closing for your closers who are strong. In closing, your only job is to get them on the opportunity call, to get them to the hotel meeting, to get them on the Zoom call, to get them on a three-way call, to get them on the phone with me. That is your only job. And before you can concern yourself with the art of sales, you got to understand the art of people. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. This is good for me. This is a training for me tonight. The art of patience, the art of duplication in order to be duplicatable. And that's what network marketing is all about. The art of being duplicatable relies solely on being relatable. Duplicatable, relatable. If they can relate to you, they can duplicate. If they can relate, they can duplicate. I'm going to say that one more time until somebody texts it. If they can relate, they can duplicate. If they cannot relate, they're going to say, I can't do that. They don't see they win. They don't see they win in you. They got to see their win, not your win, with your great self, with your fabulous self, with your awesome self. Oh, wow. They have to see themselves in you. In you. In you. If you was impressed, if you was blessed by what you heard tonight, then you got to make a decision. Are you in or you out? Stop saying other stuff that don't even matter. Are you in or are you out? Make a decision, lady. Make a decision, man. That's what you're saying in so many words. And they love it. People love you to give them a choice. Oh, wow. They love for you to give them options. Oh, wow. The frontal lobe is controlled by logic. The subconscious mind is controlled by emotions. When you give people a choice, you are now talking to the frontal lobe of the brain. I don't want to go too heavy tonight. I'm trying to keep it basic, because that's what I was asked to do, right? But are you in or you out? Okay. Well, I know by now you're in. I know that. By now you're in. And you're not saying by now as in BY. You're saying by now as in BUY. Oh, wow. I just messed the whole call up. Your subliminal message, remember, everyone's selling, everyone's buying, everyone's selling, everyone's buying. So you use the word that you want the action to follow. Start putting that in your clothes. After everything that you heard tonight, either you're impressed or you're blessed. By now, I know you've already made a decision. Are you in or you out? Okay, you're in because I know you're in. By now, after everything that was shared tonight, I know by now you are in. You say it at least 3 times because you're telling them, you're giving them an instruction. Marva, I hope I'm helping you. You're giving them an instruction. Buy now, meaning buy, B-U-Y, buy something. Pull out the credit card, make a decision, spend some money tonight. Either you're a customer or you're my business partner. Okay, or you're both. Great, you're both. Awesome. So the last step I need you to do is invite somebody else to the next hour. Refer someone that wants to make money right now too. Oh, wow. The Me Too movement. And refer someone, invite someone that want to make money right now too. Well, Helen, I'm excited. I'm jacked up out of my mind, but I ain't never done this before. I don't even know what to say to invite them. Oh, you don't? Well, let me give you something. I found it. You will not believe what I found. It is too much to even go over with you right now. I wouldn't even do it justice, which takes humility to say that. I couldn't even share it the way it was shared with me. But I got access to something. Another key word. I got access to something that's going to pay me money every single day right from my mobile phone. I can't believe it. I ain't told him nothing about it. It's called Balaj, Canoe, Asaki, Inner 7. I haven't said nothing about its 11 ways to pay. And I darn sure didn't tell him it was network marketing. If they said, well, man, you know, you have to tell me a little more. Man, I would, but my phone is blowing up because I already invited a group of people on the first call that I just heard, and everybody is in. I ain't say nothing about everybody signing up. Signing up sounds like I got to spend money. Am I helping somebody tonight? Stay away from certain words. If I'm signing up, that means I got to sign up. That means I got to pull out my credit card. But if I say everybody's in, everybody's connected with me, that don't sound like I'm spending no money. But we know you're spending money. We know that. But we're not talking to the frontal lobe anymore. We're talking to the what? The subconscious mind now. The subconscious mind is emotional and it drives off of words that give emotion. I hope somebody's recording this call tonight so you can listen to it again. Access. And I just got off a call and I got access now to what the celebrities are using and know about, but without the celebrity price. Oh, wow. You just messed them up. What? Yep. And a call is taking place at 9 o'clock. Yep. And they ain't gonna hold you long. But I'm telling you, it's a strong call. You want to be a man. This right here is top secret stuff. Man, I'm so happy that I got access, that I'm connected to these people. Oh my God. I can't even believe it. I'm still pinching myself that they even thought enough of me so I can make me money every single day. Man, I need this. Oh, I needed this. Man, this is an answered prayer. Did I say anything about the 3,000-year-old trees in Okinawa? Did I say anything about microbiome? We're going to get to that, but not right now. But it's coming. Trust me. We're going to get to it, but let's get them in first. Let them see how easy, fun, and simple it is, how duplicatable it is, how relatable it is, before we start adding all the fancy stuff. That's it. That's it. Put that on autopilot. I challenge, I double dog dare all of you that's on this call, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Pick your 2 people who gonna start the call, who gonna close with the money, who gonna share a 3-minute or less testimony. That's it. Then do it again on Wednesday night. Then do it again on Thursday night. Then do it again on Friday night. Watch you make $1,000 by Friday. Oh, wow. Who's in? Who accepts the challenge? Because I ain't never seen no success come before work except in the dictionary. Who's in? Who's in? One person. One person. Well, listen, thank you so much, Dr. Ruth Ann, for allowing me to spend some time with you and your phenomenal team, all these great leaders on the line tonight. I know you guys have not heard my voice in a while, so I really appreciate being on. But trust me, we over here working triple time. We're opening up new countries. We're launching promotions. We're getting prepared for our 12-year anniversary in Mexico in the month of February. There's just so many things that's happening. And guys, I pray that you close your year out super strong, Sankey strong. And if there's anything I can do to super serve you, your family, your dreams, your destiny, and your legacy, you know how to reach me. Back to you, Dr. Ruth Ann Lightburn.
Wow, wow, wow. Since our Queen Beverly is not able to be on the call tonight because of work. Wow, 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 wow. We miss her, we miss her, we miss her. King Clive, are you out there? King Clive, are you out there? King
Live and
Clive.
direct, I'm here.
So how is the call? Because I know we're gonna shut it down now. We've been on for 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Clive, give me some energy, man. You sound like you went to sleep on me, man.
Yeah, I'm about drinking some of my Belage to get in charge.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, Dr. Ruth Ann, Mr. Campbell, let me just say something real quick. I didn't know you was on this call this long. I would have passed due to training because I know minds are tired. But I want to challenge you to have some dialogue when you do a training like this, or maybe just put the recording in there, let your group listen to it, and then dialogue about it so that people can
We've been doing,
some
that's what
role
we've been doing.
playing.
That's what we've been doing. That's
You
what
know
we've
what I'm
actually
saying?
been
Just
doing.
do
We've
some
been
role
dialoguing.
playing or something like that so they can leave with marching orders. Because it's nothing like good instructions. When people leave, they have a system in place. Okay, now what did we take from this? Are we going to come together? Are we going to accept a challenge? Are we going to, invite people? Are we going to create our new list? Because when you're on a call this long, that's difficult. So I applaud all of you. I applaud all of y'all for being on calls this long. I mean, y'all are awesome leaders. And that's all I want to say. But and I heard Mr. Campbell's voice. Yeah, you do. I'm used to you being the Energizer Bunny, sir. I hadn't heard your voice in a long time, so it's very good hearing you, sir. So God bless each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you later. Good night.
Thank you so much, Queen.
Great.
Dr. Helen, so much.
Thanks to
Go
Dr.
ahead, King
Helen.
Clyde.
Yeah, man, I just want to say thanks to Dr. Helen for shining in and giving us this wealth of information. It's like we're listening to a book that she's about to be published, and we are the first in line to hear some of this powerful, up-to-date information to touch and change and transform our lives. So thank you so much. So ladies and gentlemen, let us get some action going. We need to be doing some of the stuff that Dr. Helen said. We need to be doing some of the stuff that we said before, that we want to ensure that we do some of the practical stuff in literally inviting people to our home, or we ask persons if we may come to their home. So Mohammed is, we're taking the mountain to Mohammed. So we need to have a follow-up call to this to see how we can follow through on some of the decisions that we have made so that we can accomplish the goal of getting these products out of the warehouse, into people's homes, into people's bodies, touching people's lives in practical, realistic ways. And so we have powerful suggestions. How soon will this recording possibly be made available, Dr. Ruth Ann?
As soon as it goes up to the cloud, and then I can actually download it without it crashing my system since it's so long. And then me uploading it back to YouTube. So hopefully by the morning, I should be able to hopefully it'll be able to download tonight, and then I can upload it. It'll probably take a while to go to YouTube, but then I should have it by the morning, prayerfully.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Because I know some persons say that they wouldn't have been able to make it to the call. So I know that it's going to be beneficial, and some persons want to make sure they get on with some of this information again. So we could always listen to the chat room, see when we meet again, and we follow through as best as possible with some suggestions being made. What say you, Dr. Ruth Ann?
Yeah, definitely. And I just need to know by a show of hands if persons are willing for us to get those calls going a little bit more frequently. Let's do it. Let's have some pop-up parties going and make it happen.
Because
No, I
Dr.
understand it because Dr. Adeas comes on at 8 o'clock. So
That's what I was gonna say.
on Wednesday. And so that everybody's on this call that ever invites people to King Clive's call, we will be postponing that call due to the fact that, Dr. Adeas will be on, Dr. Idias will be on tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, the same
8
exact
o'clock.
time that King Clive's call is usually on.
Invite them anyway.
Yeah, so definitely invite, but it will not be that same link. So that's why I'm just making sure we're all clear that
Oh,
it's not
okay.
that same link. It is
I
a
haven't seen
different link.
I haven't seen the flyer.
The flyer came out a while back. I'll resend it in the group. I'll put it in the group.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks. Okay. Great.
So
right.
thank you so much, guys. I think it was amazing. Prayerfully, like King Clive said, prayerfully, like Dr. Helen said, y'all you leave with nuggets. Y'all heard what was said in the beginning. Y'all got those videos, got the information there. And let's do this again. There's more videos out there that aren't, I try to make sure that they were less than 20 minutes for us to be able to take it all in. I am sorry that this call went so long. I wasn't expecting this, not at all. But,
I didn't expect it, but I appreciate it.
Okay, so I prayerfully everybody got what they needed tonight as a supercharge for the month of December. And let's go forth and make it happen and close the year strong. Don't lose wind now. Don't lose wind now. That like this don't even make sense. Don't lose wind now. We gotta
that's
wrap it
Ruth
up.
This is what I've been saying to my team. We need to rank. We need to do something. We need to invite people. We need to do all this. We need to train. We need to know what we're telling people. If we don't know, I gave them what you gave me. With that leadership period, it already started, well in the middle of it, and you said to me, well, if you don't know what is expected of you, how can you do it?
Mava.
And you gave me this, you showed us. We were in the training because as I was telling people, don't miss training. And that leadership period, I duplicated, I ranked bronze and silver, all in the same leadership period, and it wasn't even from the beginning of the leadership period. I just picked up a win there because I heard what you said and I listened. Did I hear my name?
Go ahead, Donnelly.
Mava, okay.
Speak up because you sound like you're deep down, far away. You sound like you're far away.
Y'all can hear me? Can y'all hear me now?
Now I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, Mava, I like what you were saying about the training. Now, a lot of persons, what I've noticed, that a lot of persons don't notice that, okay, they have a weak side and they have a strong side, and that most of their points are coming from their strong side and their leader who are putting persons underneath them on their strong side, and that they have to work their weak side so that balance, and that's how they make their money. A lot of persons don't even know that when you sign up somebody, they make, I think it's 45%, Ruthann, of what that person.
It's 90% right now. Normally it's 40. Yeah.
Yes.
Right now, until the end of the year, it's 90%.
90%. And then a lot of people don't know that. Like, let's say, for instance, when you sign up that person and that person signs up someone, you make, like, let's say, for instance, if that person signed up and they spent $1,000, you get 25% of that.
Yes.
You get paid with that as well.
Yes.
So people don't know these things, and I think we need to have something that actually breaks down and show persons, even if we just have, because Tim Trahan, he is excellent at that. King Tim Trahan, he's excellent at that, and we just have it where he is showing and breaking down the ways of pay, and we bring our notepad and we write it down, because I had to call Dr. Ruthan because one of my leaders made a certain amount of money, and then I saw this compensation came, and I was like, hold on, that's 25% of what one of my leaders did. Like, oh, I get paid for that, and so we need to see. And then the thing about this, we will learn that, hey, people who we sign up, we still need to check on them, because if we have a balance off, we help them sign up, we get paid for that as well. So and that's where people, and a lot of people have money in their back office, but they don't even have money back in their back office, and they need to know what they need to do to actually see that money in their e-wallet. So I think we need the training on that, because a lot of persons aren't understanding the compensation plan. They don't know what they need to do, and they only need to do one thing, and they can start seeing their money. And I think
that's the thing, though. You touch a lot of points there that I'm encountering. I've seen where people, I leave stuff in the chat and say I'll help you. When I ask who's your sponsor, this I'm hearing the same names. I'm not gonna call any, you know. But these people are mostly not motivated. A lot of them are taking themselves off of authorship, and I'm saying that's the first deadly sin is to remove yourself from authorship. But I'm not making any money. How can you make money if you don't know how to do it? You have to. A lot of these people you see that have money, they learn the art of making the money. You have to know your business. You got to know what makes things move. And the same people you'll see on the calls all the time because they are the ones who are interested in moving ahead. The people who ask the questions in the chat room without even looking at the flyers or any notices, those are the ones who are having a lot of difficulties because they cannot sit their butt down long enough to be trained. They won't train.
They don't come on the training. They need to come on the training.
I offered one-on-one training, and I'm gonna get hemorrhoids on my lips from kissing butt to get people to come on one-on-one.
Sorry, Mama. Hemorrhoids on the lips. That's a good one, Mama. I love it.
You know, but I sent out a message today that until this week I'll get one-on-one training. After that, up to the 22nd, is going to be a group of 6. After that, there'll be no training for the rest of the year because I'm going to concentrate from the 22nd of this month to the 31st on the leadership. So all who doesn't want to come, it's okay, baby. Just don't come.
Dr. Helen said, you heard what she said, sometimes we carry people too long.
Yes. Mr. Arvide told me, he says, Marva, that person you're having a problem with, why don't you leave her alone? There are other people in your team that need your help more. That's our CEO, just in case somebody know who the CEO's name is.
Yeah, and a former leader in this company, he said, the time you spend running after one person, you could have already 5 or 6 persons the time and train them, and they already training others. The time you spend on that one person.
I purpose myself to come to the calls, especially the corporate calls. I'm on all the microbiome calls, and I'm so grateful for some things because it's changed my life. I no longer eat meat and stuff like that. But I am grateful for the corporate calls. There's only one problem I don't like about the corporate calls because I can't see the participants. But other than that, I am there and I focus on what I do. Even going to Dr. Franco's calls on Saturdays. Anytime I can't be there or I'm gonna not be at home, I send him a message because I want to encourage him. Because who encouraged the encouragers? I want to encourage him that these calls mean something to me. So when I can't be there or won't be there for all the calls, I leave him a message before the call starts and say, Dr. Franco, I'm not going to be home, or, I have something else that I must do, just to make him know that every Saturday when he comes on, his purpose is not wasted.
Yeah, and Marva, something else with the microbiome call or even the corporate calls, right? When you call on the team and you say jump on the call, invite persons, you see the same persons on the call.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
They're not inviting the only new persons you see are the persons that you invite. They're not inviting people. I don't understand that.
No. Let me tell you a little bit of correction there, sorry, my darling. These people are not coming. We invite people all the time. When I invite, I just don't send the invite. I call them.
How do we get
I call them?
That is our problem. How do we get new people on the calls?
And maybe it's an act of God. Maybe to stay. When I get to 4 o'clock in the morning and pray, I must stay till 7 o'clock instead of 6 o'clock. Because these people, a lot of people have given up. They are just focusing on the 9 to 5 and the overtime, if there's any, because they don't see themselves outside the rut that they're in. And so we have to show them that, like Dr. Helen says, dress well. Look like you're in the middle of success.
On your team said earlier. You gotta
Donnelly, we can't hear you when Marva is talking, so you have to actually wait till she stops to start talking, because then we can't hear when you're talking.
It's okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Donnelly, now, because when you're talking at the same time, we can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. Somebody on Marva team said something earlier. The gentleman whose name started with L. I don't know if he's still on the call, Marva. Your team, he said, mind change. Mind change. You know, like, why are we still thinking in a box? Why are we still thinking, okay, a 9 to 5, and we drive a car and we get a home and we think we arrived? When are we gonna get, and our light bill might be paid or whatever, but when are we gonna get out of the box to say, okay, I need something more than this? Why can't I be on vacation, and while I'm on vacation, I'm making money? Why can't I be all right? Take this money that I'm making from this company. Why can't I get in a step where I can turn this over now and even start another business? Like, what is wrong with our thinking? What is wrong with it? That's what I'm wrong. And Bob Marley all the time, emancipate us, emancipate yourself from mental slavery.
Can I tell you
Well,
something?
ladies, hold on, ladies, before we go on, because this conversation can go on all night. We've been here for 2.75 hours. 2.75 hours.
There's
So,
one little point left to say. One
go
little
ahead.
thing.
Go ahead.
That gentleman that Donnelly is talking about, he's not on my team. However, I work with him almost daily, because he wants help, he comfort, I give it to him. He's not even on my team, but it doesn't matter. You need help and I can help you, I'm going to.
Yep, that's what it's about, service. So with that being said, guys, I pray, you heard the different ideas that we had, having, the on-the-go party, Sankey party, bring the mountain to Muhammad. Also making the cookies, making those cookies and sprinkling it with a hasaki or a balaj icing, making an icing to go on those cookies and sharing it with persons, making the Christmas cups with the 3 balaj in it or the 3 krenui in it, and giving it out with a mug. Get one of those cheap dollar mugs and making it into a gift for somebody, the gift of health, giving a little bit of information about what it can do, the benefits of it, just the benefits. You don't even have to go into too much, just listing the benefits of what it can do from what it can't do. But guys, this was just to motivate, inspire, transform you this evening, and prayerfully it did. Prayerfully, Dr. Helen's coming on assisted. Prayerfully, King Tim coming on assisted. Prayerfully, what you heard from King Clive, Nurse Donnelly, from Marva, the other lady that spoke a few times, Mr. Snowball, and all the other gentlemen that came up and spoke. I pray that this all helped and assisted, because all we wanted to do was motivate you guys. We have this sale going on, I believe, until midnight right now. And so we want to just inspire you to do what you can, but to push you a little further, because sometimes you need that push in the right direction. Just being stagnant is not going to work. It's not. So prayerfully this helped. And King Clive, once again, as always, thank you to you, the brainchild. I'm just the pawn. I just assist making it happen. So prayerfully, it was what you wanted it to be.
So what I'm
King
thinking,
Clive.
what I'm thinking, I don't know if you may agree with me, but how does the pastor sit in the church with the regular members and wonder how come the sinners don't walk off of the road? The people don't get themselves ready in the Sunday mornings or Saturday morning and just get themselves and come to church. Why? How does he do that? Now you know the thing has to change.
Yes.
The church has to go into the home.
Has to go to the
have
people.
to go there. You see, ladies and gentlemen, whether like it or not, the pandemic, the situationship that is happening has interrupted people's lives. We have to do things differently.
We have to pivot.
We have to have a party and say, come have a drink with us. We may have to go to their homes. Can you come and have a drink with you? And do the thing differently. We can't people are not going to come to the calls like the way they used to.
Hey, King Clive, you might have to
have-
pull up. You might have to pull up in your car with the ice cooler in the back, the little
Yeah.
bottle with the ballage, and say, "Man, come outside for a drink,
Yeah.
for a refreshing drink, and stand outside by the gate." They might not want you in, and you might, they might not want you to come inside their house, but they might stand by the
Yeah.
gate whilst you stand by your car.
The novelty of Zoom calls has worn off. They are tired of Zoom calls. The church of Zoom calls. The NGOs have Zoom calls. The Citizens Association have Zoom calls. 10,000 people bombarding people with Zoom calls. They are tired of Zoom calls. Don't they see what is happening? They just want to get rid of another call. They want to avoid it. They're about to vomit with Zoom calls. So if we don't do it differently, guys, we're going to die. That's all I'm saying. Do something differently for us to remain relevant, because people have no different reason to come on our call than 10,000 other people invited them to their call.
Yeah.
So we got to do change or die.
You're right.
Yes, I agree.
You are right, King.
So the conversation continues. Let's mull over what we have spoken about today. I think we have gotten a lot of juice out of tonight. Everybody that participated, I thank you 10,000 times. The conversation was rich. Conversation was long but strong. And we thank everybody for what they did, because we are all trying to fix our lives. So let us trust God to make the difference with what we are doing.
And I think King Clive will also have some more pop-up sessions like this. So just be on the lookout and be ready.
Yes.
Be ready so you don't have to get ready. And
Okay.
if you're always ready, then guess what? You'll be ready to pop on these calls like this and get some information. I have some more videos that I want to share, but I want to share it in a setting when we're all together versus separate, because then you might not really hear the whole thing.
Yes.
So I'm going to send those 2 videos out in the different groups so that you can re-listen to it. But there's some other ones that I want us to listen to as well. So we got to do this again. This can't be the last time, but it's not going to be this long. It's not going to be this long. Definitely, maybe those 45 minutes, maximum an hour call. And I know I heard Dr. Helen say 30 minutes, and I'm not going against the Queen herself, but sadly, we're from the Caribbean. So that should tell us everything. 30 minutes is like us coming in and saying, "Hey, what's up? How you doing?"
Warm up.
So,
okay.
yeah. So with that being said, thank you so much, Clive. I don't know if you want to pray us out.
Oh, certainly can. Father, we thank you for tonight. Thank you for opening our eyes, our minds, and the windows of our understanding. Lord, we look to you. When we run out of what to do, we look to you. Help us, God. Help us as leaders to be strong. Help us as leaders to be resilient. Help us as leaders to go. Lord, if we do not go, people will die. Lord, help us to reach someone before it is too late. Help us to reach our own friends, our own families, in our own household. Lord, give us the grace to do what we need to do. Help us, those of us who are panicking, those of us who are even paralyzed. Help us, God, to realize that we must reach out and touch somebody's hand, somebody's heart, make the world a better place because we can. Bless us, Lord, we pray. We ask these mercies in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen and amen. Thank you so much. So thank you everybody for coming on. And tomorrow night, Dr. Adias is called 8 o'clock.
The King.
He's breaking down the Canoe Fire, guys. You're not going to want to miss this. You're not going to want to miss the information. And yes, maybe it's not duplicatable, but get the information, okay? Get the information, because it's going to be some amazing information for you to be able to put in your arsenal. Make sure to bring a pen and paper and have a fantastic night, guys. Make sure to drink your canoe before you go to bed. And don't let Nurse Connolly know that you're up.
I got 10 minutes.
Baba.
Yes, you've been neglecting me these days, I can't sleep at nights now.
Okay. Man, look at you, need me to be your day and your night. What's wrong with you?
Oh my Lord. I tell you, this was a beautiful night, and I'm so happy them other people came on such short notice. So that means we're still hungering for more. and we're gonna get more, and we're gonna teach more. So, you know, for those on our team who just hasn't made it yet, we're gonna bring it to them. All time love.
Yep.
Yeah.
And one thing I can tell y'all guys, just never give up on people. You know, always just check back, even if it's only once a month. What's
Mhm.
up? How are you? And then that's it. And if they say, oh, you're bothering me, okay, no problem, but still check, because it shows relationship versus commissionship.
Yes.
Because commissionship means you only want them for their money, but relationship means you'll be there no matter what, regardless whether they are or they aren't. So that's the last information I can give, and the last word of advice I can give. Just always be there for people. That's what it's about. So thank you so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and have a fantastic night, everyone. Good night.
Thanks, everybody. Good night. Have a nice, night.
Good night, all.
Good night.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
John
Good
Boy.
night. Good night.